What is good, everybody, man? Welcome into the Bluebloods, official podcast of FCS Football Central on SI. I'm your host, at McKinnell, joined as always by my co-host, Coach Leroy Frederick, man, associate assistant head coach over at Alcorn State, man. This is not going to be our normal show. Usually we come on here, talk FCS football, and just a wide variety of college football topics, man. We're going to be live streaming the entire first round of the draft, just giving our thoughts, man, talking through some of the players, talking through some of our favorite teams as well. I know Coach is going to be really interested in what his Commanders do, man, after a crazy season last year. I think came out of nowhere with Jaden Daniels. And Coach, hopefully, we'll at least have one true FCS prospect selected tonight. Zable from North Dakota State, offensive lineman, expected to be picked somewhere in the mid to late first round. And we got a bunch of former FCS guys, man. Potential #1 overall pick, Cam Ward, coming out of Incarnate Word, transferred to Washington State, Miami. You have Shedeur Sanders. A wide variety of predictions from him, all the way from top 5, all the way outside the first round. I mean, it's insane for him. And then you also got Travis Hunter, his former teammate from Jackson State, went to Colorado with Shedeur. All of these guys should be selected tonight in the first round, man. But Coach, out in Kansas City, on the recruiting trail, how we feeling, man?
Good, man. Excited about this little show you came up with. Should be fun. Should be interesting. Met some guys that own a lounge here from Florida. They invited me here, and I was like, okay, why not? I like cigars. I like football. Let's do it. So here we go.
Let's get this started, man. We still got, listen, I mean, it's 7 o'clock, draft's coming on, but we already know first pick ain't coming in for like another 30 minutes, it feels like. So we still got some time to burn, Coach. I want to ask you, because I'm very, very curious. Your Commanders last year, obviously Jaden Daniels, #2 overall pick, the best rookie in the NFL last year, all that good stuff. What do you feel like y'all are going to do, man? Later pick, a lot different than picking at #2, man. But where do you want to see the Commanders go?
I think we need to continue to shore up that offensive line to keep JD upright. I think if we do that, I think it's a successful draft, especially with this first pick, because there's a lot of picks, a lot of qualified guys to keep JD upright. If we don't do that, we've definitely got to go secondary. But I don't want to pick a secondary guy first, man. But I think it's got to be O-line, D-line. But we know we need help in the secondary as well. So, but this is a deep draft in the secondary, so we got time on that.
Yeah, I mean, because you guys, I think are in a good spot, man. One, like you said, secondary, I would say especially corner, right? Corner,
Yes.
you got like kind of your top 2 guys that are going to go pretty early. And what was it, Barron from Texas, and you got the kid from Michigan too, Will Johnson. Probably not going to be there by the time you guys pick, but you got a lot of good corners that are probably second, third round grades. But I will say safety, you guys should have the pick, man. Outside of Malachi Starks, I don't know if there's many safeties that are going to be off the board by the time you guys pick.
No, and that's the beauty about the first round, because I think all the hype is at the first 5 picks. And then after that, I think it kind of, settles in a little bit. And, we should be able to have what we need at that 23rd, 24th, where we are, pick. But I got a question for you before we start.
All right.
In the chat, has the draft gotten a little too commercial?
I'll say this. I don't think it should be anywhere other than New York.
We had a
Radio
flyover.
City. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Flyover's a little crazy. I just don't like it in an NFL stadium. Coach, and someone texted me this earlier this week. Can you imagine it's your moment? You're going to get drafted, and your trip you get to go take is Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's where you get to go.
And you're lucky it's not snowing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it should be in what is it, Radio City Music Hall,
Yes.
New York, like
Traditional.
indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what? If you remember, I think it was the COVID draft, right, where they had it scheduled where they were going to take the players on boats and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
At some, like, let's just keep it simple. Like, we don't have to change it up.
I don't know about the bike ride. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm too old school, like you said, but We got entrance music, we got a flyover, we got the bike ride. I just, I don't know, are we making it too much of a production?
Yes. The answer to that question is yes. Um, Coach, I got to ask you because obviously we're still an FCS show, so I want to try to highlight some of the FCS or former FCS guys that are going to go tonight. Shedeur Sanders has been a Coach, we've heard top 5, we've heard top 10, we've heard mid first round, we've heard late first round, we've heard some people saying he's going to fall out of the first round, which I think is outrageous. I don't
Yeah, I
foresee
don't see
anything
that.
like that happening. Where do you think Shedeur hears his name called tonight?
I've said all along the Raiders, but everybody says that's not going to happen. So if Cleveland doesn't trade to make 2 picks in this first round, I think Mike Tomlin and the Steelers are definitely a program that can handle him and all that comes along with him.
Okay, so I think that this is kind of like a 2-part answer, right? I think the best fit for him would be Pittsburgh.
Right.
And I know everyone doesn't want their guy to fall, right? Everyone doesn't want to be the guy who's sitting there on draft night watching the picks come off the board and you're like, man, what in the hell is going on? But at the same time, the further you fall, the better team you usually go to. You look at Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, falls a little bit, gets to the Chiefs. They come up and get him. Bo Nix, look at the year he had. If Bo Nix goes to the Bears, he doesn't have the year he has with the Broncos that he would in Chicago if that's where he went. So I think you can just keep on and on and on going to the quarterbacks that landed in better situations falling. I think Shedeur to the Steelers would make so much sense, especially with Mike Tomlin, right? I think that's the key. Shedeur, Mike Tomlin, the defense is going to be there. And I think the Steelers is perfect. And also, too, their offensive line has slowly been improving. They got a lot of young pieces on the O-line, and that's something that I think Shedeur is going to appreciate given the 2 systems that he just came out of where the offensive lines were really, really bad throughout his college career.
And the other point to what you're making there is that offense that he'll be going into, if it is Pittsburgh, I think will be rookie quarterback friendly because he's not going to be asked to throw the ball 50 times a game.
Started this draft on. I'll say this though, I don't think he falls to 21 though. I can't see it, man. I don't know about you, Coach. I think I will say this. I think some of the smoke you've heard has been and this is my bold prediction, Coach. I think there's a team trying to tank Shedeur Sanders to them. I don't know who it might be.
With all the reports.
But there's just been too much negative hype around Shedeur. Like, he's clearly the second best quarterback in the draft, in my opinion. Like, I prefer Ward, but we can't act like Jackson Dart is a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, that was my next question to you. Like, what did he do in those private workouts to put him in the top 5? You know what I mean?
Shout out to our guy, Kevin, man. We love you, Kevin. He said he hopes Ward goes number 1 so we can get our incarnate word glazing out of the way. Love you, Kevin.
Hey.
Oh, man.
But
no, man, I'll say this. I still am not sold on the Raiders not looking at Shedeur.
That's been my call all along. And why I say that is because Pete Carroll is what? We know he's not going to ask him to do a lot. They need a quarterback. Pete's coming in. He's going to be able to build around him. They're in Vegas. What better shockwave to energize your fan base? I mean, let's just be honest about it. You know what I mean?
Also, too, Tom Brady's in the building.
And who he
trainer,
worked out with.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense to me that they're sold on Geno Smith.
No, Geno's the perfect, I think, mentor to bring him along. Similar games, not going to beat you with his legs like a Lamar Jackson, but is efficient enough to be able to get you in and out of ball games and win you some games. What better way? Learn on a Geno. We know it's your program, your team. Learn a year on a Geno, and here we go. With Pete Carroll, I don't think it's as far-fetched as people have told me.
Yeah. Now I'll say this: I'm not completely sold on this. This would be far-fetched if this was true. And Major Bullies asked, "Do you think it's really a narrative like he created to go where he wants?"
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so because it's been way too much, like you said, on the off of the playing. It's been more about attitude, personality, and he would never, do that to himself. I don't think if you're trying to tank yourself, I don't think you go in on your character, if that makes sense.
I agree. He said he was meaning Dion. I still don't think Dion would go that far.
No.
Also, too, Kevin, this is a good, and I did want to talk about this. We were going to talk about it on another episode, but this is the perfect time while we're waiting. Coach Cole Gonzalez back in the transfer portal as of today. Spent the offseason at Oklahoma, record-setting quarterback at Western Carolina. Be very, very curious to where he goes because I know me and Timothy talked maybe Pittsburgh with Cade Bell as former OC. I don't see that, though, because you go sit behind Eli Holstein, who is one of the best freshman quarterback in the country this past year at Pitt. I really kind of hope Cole comes back to the FCS level, finds him a home, and goes balls out, man. I don't know what his NFL future is just due to his size, but to me, I think Cole Gonzalez is going to be a way better FCS quarterback than try to find a P4 or G5 spot right now where he's going to be able to just step into a starting quarterback role. Because, Coach, you look across the FCS, there's probably not a program in the country where he isn't the guy if he commits.
Oh, no doubt. Instantly.
We'll see, though. I didn't like the Oklahoma move in the first place, especially committing after they just signed Mateer for like $3 million.
Yeah, and I hate to beat the dead horse, man, but it's just one of those deals where
To the Citadel, El Cid.
it's just one of those deals where I think these kids are looking at the short term and not the long term. This NIL, this transfer portal. I think I said it yesterday on the show. I don't know if you. You produced the show.
Mm-hmm.
There's over 11,000 kids in the portal right now, and counting.
Yep.
So it sounds good. It looks sexy. It's great for the first couple days with all the Twitter love. Go be great. We wish you the best. But when all that dust settles, then what?
I don't know. And our guy Tank, shout out to Tank over on Twitch, can't go in the SEC, which is funny enough because, Coach, when he transferred, I thought he was going to go to Florida with his dad. Now he can't go to Florida because he can't transfer inside the SEC, which means I don't even know.
That's off the table.
What are the true options there? And Mr. Kincaid made a good point. Maybe they are committed to Geno. They gave him $65 million guaranteed, 2 years, $85 million. That's just a lot of money.
Hey, but we know to them that's monopoly money, man. How much money did they give Russell Wilson and send him down the road?
A lot.
I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So I get what Mr. Kincaid is saying, but this is monopoly money to them. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I just we'll see. We'll see. I still think the Raiders are going to have interest because, and I don't know about you, the one prospect I'm not sold on. I think he still goes as high as he's projected. I still don't know if Genty is what everyone says he is. If I'm any team, even if I need a running back, I'm not taking a running back in the top 15.
Well, that's been the trend the past few years. So that's, my thing is what makes him different to get teams to taking running backs back in the first round. If you remember now, there's been a slide to where nobody takes one of those guys in the first round. They wait to the second, mid to late.
Yeah.
And I don't. You tell me, maybe I'm wrong. I don't see him as a Ricky Williams talent.
Okay, so the last two that were really notable, right? Jameer Gibbs and Bijan Robinson were two
Kid out of
running backs that
Texas,
went early in the
right?
first. I don't know if Ashton is as versatile as either of those guys,
No,
just in terms
he
of
ain't
an
running like
athlete.
Bijan.
No, and I even think Jameer Gibbs, just in terms of his ability to be a receiving back, is so much more than Ashton is. I just, for me, I don't know if I would take it back with that many carries already on his body in the first round to be a every down back. Like if I'm the Cowboys, I know what is it? The Cowboys and the Bears are the two programs right now
Yeah,
that are looking at him.
yeah. And again, the game has changed.
Let's go, Coach. An FCS guy just went with the number one pick in the NFL draft, man. I mean, Coach, you know how I feel because everyone here knows how I felt about Cam Ward coming out of Incarnate Word. Like, there's a video on the channel, Coach, where I was talking about Cam Ward being like the number one guy in the transfer portal. Coach, your thoughts on Ward, man? Because for me, I thought he was the unquestioned number one quarterback in this draft class.
Oh, most definitely. Um, but I'm not gonna lie. I went on another show, and I really thought Tennessee would trade down to get another one, or Cleveland would trade up, but Cleveland just traded down. So they trade to Jacksonville. So I thought Cam would go behind. I'm not gonna lie, and I'll explain it. I thought Cleveland would trade up to get the Abdul Carter to go on the other side of
Jacksonville trading up to number 2.
yeah,
Who do you think they're going?
Travis Hunter. We wanted to make sure, and I think Travis is happy because I really don't think he wanted to go to Cleveland. But again, what do I know? Because I thought for sure Abdul Carter was going to be the number one guy.
Oh man, I don't know. Okay, so we're about to see here, but I think it's Travis too. I'll be curious though, man. Okay, so for you, if you're Jacksonville, do you are you sold on him playing both ways?
And I've said it before. I don't think there's any longevity in that for him. You know what I mean? Again, this is a lot bigger game, a lot faster game, and teams are going to single him out on the defensive side, and they're going to make him tackle. And how long will he hold up? You know what I mean?
So if you guys see me on my phone, man, I still got to work tonight. So man, I'd be tweeting out all the FCS guys, all the former FCS guys. When Gray Zable gets drafted, Coach might be running the live stream just a little bit, man, so I can get this article up for our guy, Gray Zable, man. But again, man, potentially two back-to-back former FCS guys going in the draft, man. Huge. Coach, I'm with you. I still think he's going to be a better wide receiver. You're a wide receiver guy. I don't know how you feel about it. You've coached against him. I mean, I've seen him play in person. I personally think his ceiling as a wide receiver is much higher than a defensive back, but it's also on the same token way easier to scheme a full-time corner into the offensive scheme than playing a guy full-time at wide receiver and scheming him up as a defensive back and having systems to get him in there.
And I think you can hide him in the slot. You can do different things with him offensively, and maybe the chat can help. I still don't know. I don't want to question it, but I still don't know how fast Travis actually is. You know what I mean? I
Did run the 40.
The ball has just found him at every level, and that's a good thing, no doubt about it. But I still wonder how fast he actually is. And I'm not a guy that hangs the hat completely on speed, the clock. Football speed is what it is. But, everybody up there is running 4.5 or better. So I wonder that.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because I think if you had to, like, single out his best qualities as a player, I think it's his ball skills in terms of tracking the ball in the air and making the
Ability to judge
catches,
the ball. Yep.
and his next best ability is to make people miss in the open space, and with the ball in his hand, what is he able to do, making guys miss, making explosive plays happen? Put him on the defensive side of the ball, you limit both of those because they can throw away from him. I just think the
And
ceiling's there as a wide receiver.
I just think the longevity's there. Um, because if you go back and you look throughout his college career, he missed a lot of games. And now you're talking about Saquon Barkley coming around that corner. Now you're talking about Ashton Genty coming around that corner. You know, how long is he going to hold up on that? And I don't know how much more weight he can put on because he's a small frame guy, so.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Did you see the girlfriend use some of his NIL money and bought him a Rolex?
Crazy. Actually insane, by the way.
They say she saved her money. I was like, okay. What do I know?
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and assume it was his money.
Yeah. Check me later, but I'm going to assume it was his as well. Perfect cigar for the night, catch 22. Jaguars are in a catch 22. They really need to shore up that offensive line, man. If Trevor Lawrence is going to be their franchise quarterback like they say he's going to be,
he should be good with Travis Hunter. He could be good. He could be solid with Travis Hunter at wide receiver. You never know. That was aggressive though, man. Like trading up was aggressive. It makes me wonder though, what do the Browns do now?
Oh, ain't no doubt. Because that was I won't say that was their pick, but if they felt good enough about coming off of it, does that mean Shedeur is back in the mix?
Possibly. I think it should. Because right now, who's set to be their starting quarterback next year? Is it
Flacco?
Yeah, you can't roll out there with Flacco, man. No chance.
Hey, I'm just saying. That's the only one I know.
Shout out to Incarnate Word, man. They put out their tweet after Cam Ward gets drafted. He said we always had him first.
I think me and you had a conversation about that one time before, and I'll bring it back here in a second after this pick.
Got to change our draft order here.
Tonight, we are proudly joined by the 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year.
Every time I hear the Walter Payton Award, I just think of the FCS Walter Payton Award, and I'm like, yeah, y'all just drafted the guy who should have won it. Getting this Travis Hunter tweet ready.
Is it a shock or is it a lock?
I'm just going to assume it's a lock.
Yep. It's okay. Shock or lock, chat. Shock or lock, chat. I just figured out how to put the chat up on my phone. I'm kind of excited about that. Is it a shock or a lock, chat? I'm looking. Don't wait on the pick. Come on. Shot, lock. I see you, Parrot. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I see you, KC. KC says shot. Parrot says it was a lock.
Yep.
I see you, Paris. I was with you, Casey. I just knew it was a lock. I don't know who picked that outfit out, but I don't like it.
For you know, Travis was always going to have something crazy on.
That is hideous.
You should have known that.
That is hideous. That's even worse.
For you know, he's so excited right now.
Now you know what we got to deal with? Do I even need to say what we got to deal with?
What's that?
You gonna make me say what it is we got to deal with?
Yeah, I need to hear it from the coach.
Now we got to deal with them people from up the street with all this Travis Hunter talk and all that.
Hey, to be fair, and I usually don't defend, you know, against you, man. But I will say, like, to be fair, if Alcorn had someone go number 2 overall who transferred out, man, we'd be celebrating right now.
No, go back. We had a show on this. You know how I feel about this. He ain't Jack. He's not those folks up the street. He's Colorado.
Paris said, "Not too much now. Not too much now."
Let me pull these chat back
Major
up.
Bully said that's his Easter suit.
Oh, ain't no doubt.
Harris, what do you want the Pats to do now? Because I know Tank's on Twitch, I want to say, and I think Tank's also a Pats fan. I think he wants O-line. I think O-line's probably the move, if I had to guess.
Got to protect Drake, right?
Yes. Who's the other corner for the Jags? Like, who's the other starting corner? Do you know off the top of your head? I'll be curious to see because if they have a bona fide number 1, maybe they do play Travis at wide receiver.
Well, that's what he said. So we'll see.
Let's see.
She better watch him.
Yeah. The Giants here are going to be super interesting, man. I would love to see them go get Shedeur here. I think Shedeur's the pick for them, but at the same time, I get
Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston.
I mean, okay, so if you don't go Shedeur here, you've got to go Abdul Carter, in my opinion.
Oh,
that's the only other pick here.
Ain't no doubt. They can't go offensively.
No, because also too, I really do think Abdul Carter might be like the best overall player in the draft.
Oh, franchise changing. I believe that. But I know there were some questions about the foot surgery and all that kind of stuff that he had.
Yeah.
But I think any other year, he is definitely the number 1 overall guy.
I don't know. Okay, so maybe I'm just like downplaying it, and I just don't know how severe it was. I just don't know if the foot surgery was enough to just like tank him.
No, you know, they kept it close to the vest, exactly like what it was. But I think anytime you're dealing with something that, you know, you put screws in, and that was really his game, is explosiveness.
Yeah.
So. Oh, gosh.
Coach is struggling right now.
Oh, I know it's coming.
You got one more tonight, too.
Oh, I know. I know.
Working on this article real quick.
This is big here now.
Yeah, this is big for you, right? Division rival. You can't have them getting good on you.
Especially with Carter.
Another lock there. 3 for 3 right now, man.
They got to.
This is a big pick right here coming up, man. New England can go a few different ways. I still think it's too early for a wide receiver. I'm not sold on McMillan at 4. That's just my opinion. I know some people have been mocking New England going wide receiver here. If New England goes wide receiver, I think they trade up.
Yeah, I think they get rid of the pick if they do that. If they want to go receiver, I think they trade back.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like trade back, and they might trade back up later in the draft somewhere and get one.
Will Campbell.
That's who I had in the mock that I had earlier today.
I just saw that flash cross. That's what they're looking to. Well, that's where everybody kind of has him going. The picks have been right, just the teams.
Yeah.
Cam, Travis, now Abdul. Now we're going to see if it's Will Campbell. Or do they go Ashton Genty? Give Drake May a little running game.
No chance. I can't. If the Pats go running back here, I think there's going to be a crash out in our chat. 2 crash outs. Harris and Tank are going to lose it.
Lock a shot. I'm saying Ashton Genty might be a lock here, bro. Drake May, running game, rookie quarterback.
Bro, there's no way they take a running back here. Bro,
Mike Vrabel? Nah, they're going defense.
Bro, Harris in the chat said, I will riot.
Mike Vrabel, I got to believe they're going defense. Scott, I think we both said if Shedeur doesn't go Las Vegas, that's probably where he's going to end up with the Steelers.
Bro, the chat really wants Parrish to crash out of here. Kevin said maybe the Pats Penix this whole draft. Just...
Robert Kraft is not going to let that happen. And Vrabel's a defensive guy. I can't see that one happening.
I think it's going to be. I think Campbell's probably the safest pick here. That would be my guess. Okay, so I think arm length is way too talked about, especially when the arm length isn't atrocious. Now, like if he had ridiculously short arms, I get it. But bro, like, come on, man, he's right there. Like, just turn on the film. We got to stop. They put way too much stock into this kid's arm length, in my opinion. It was unbelievable.
All right, here we go.
Oh, man. Right. Miss Faye said Paris is about to put in her fan portal application.
Come on over, Paris. We got room. Commanders got room. Y'all come on over. You got to be in by July, though.
Oh, no, man. I'm close to entering the fan portal. I don't know if my heart could take much more being a Dolphins fan.
That's what I say. What are y'all going to do?
Okay, so I said we should either go offensive line or defensive back. Those are the only 2 options here. You either got to get a corner to potentially replace Ramsey. You got to get a young guy in the room, or you got to go offensive line because Tua's built of glass, and if he gets hit, might be over.
I wasn't even thinking quarterback for them.
That's another possible team that could trade up for another first-round pick if they send Ramsey.
Would Dart be around for that? Truly, New Orleans can't take another quarterback. They got a lot of money in Carr, and I understand he may not play all that. But then you just got Spencer Rattler last year.
Yeah, I think their starting quarterback is definitely going to be Spencer if they don't go quarterback. Unless there's someone that I'm missing that they sign that will win that job.
But I think they got to go O-line. But again, Vrabel, defensive guy. What's the next best defensive guy on the board?
Hell, let me see. I'm gonna pull up this ESPN tracker here. That way I can get the big board up. The next best defensive guy.
Yeah.
You got, Mason Graham maybe at defensive tackle. I don't know if the Patriots need defensive tackle though. You got the two corners, Jahdae Barron and Will Johnson. You got Michael Williams potentially, Jalen Walker. They could use edge rusher. I just don't think they need a defensive tackle though. So I really do like Mason Graham, but I don't know if that feels really a need for them. And if you're going to draft this early, you got to pick somebody of need, I would imagine, or you trade back and then wait, get some extra draft capital for the later rounds.
Yeah, because you got to draft somebody that's going to be on the field for you if you're in the top. If you're in the top 10, I personally don't think you can draft for the future. You got to draft for right now.
So she's saying offensive line. I think that's a good pick. Personally, I think the Pats have to protect Drake May with how productive he was. Bobby, if we draft Shedeur, I'll be very. At that point, you almost got to trade Tua, and I don't know who wants him with his injury history. I don't know. That'd be a crazy pick.
Anybody outside of the Raiders and the Steelers that gets Sanders has got to be willing to play him now, because I just don't think he's going to sit and wait at any other program. I keep saying program, at any other franchise. But then again, what do I know? As my boy said. I agree with the skill, but if that's their mindset, well, the pick is in. I was going to say maybe they trade down to get more. Hey.
Will Campbell.
Hey. I'm cooking.
Harris, I don't know about that, man. I think offensive line, especially when you got such a good rookie quarterback, man, you almost have to protect them. And you guys spent a whole bunch of money on wide receivers in free agency.
But I get what she's saying. Go get an older guy. But I don't know how the older guys in the free agency realm went. I know Tunzel came to us. pretty nasty highlight right here.
I really like him. Like his film is legit as a starting tackle.
Oh, he's definitely impressive. Ain't no doubt.
I think if I had to guess for the Browns, I just think you take at this point you just kind of take the best available player, right? That would, I mean, it'd be the only thing that makes sense. So I think they go Mason Graham here from Michigan, the defensive tackle, who I think is really, really good. I know our guy Dave over at PMP is not going to like it just because he really likes Mason Graham. They need another defensive tackle next Derek Brown in Carolina, but I think that's where the Browns go here, this defensive tackle. If they, because I just think if they were going to go quarterback, I think they would do it at 2.
Yeah, to make sure they got their guy. But again, Joe Flacco, I don't know.
Harris, yes. If you draft an offensive tackle with the 4th overall pick, he's got to start next year. That's just that would just be my guess. I would say he's probably locked in as a starter at one of the tackle spots. Calvin, I said earlier, I don't remember if you were in here. I'm just not on Genty. Like, I know ESPN says he's the best player available. Coach, I don't know.
Now, I do believe Genty should have won the Heisman, but again, the way the game is going, I just don't see. And Cleveland definitely doesn't need a running back, but I just don't see him going in the next few picks.
Like, yeah, Cleveland's not going to go running back. That's obvious, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd have him rated as the best overall player left in the draft, just personally.
I'm with it though. If Cleveland, the pick is in, I was gonna say if Cleveland spending this time shopping
Mason
this pick
Graham
again.
Going Mason Graham here.
You bet money, or is your TV faster than mine?
No, they're still talking to Will Campbell on my TV. Or
Okay.
I stream. I ain't got cable, so therefore I'm probably behind everybody.
No, they're still talking to him.
I'm part of this generation that don't believe in cable.
Yeah, it does cost too much for what you're getting. Nothing.
Right, YouTube TV, Hulu TV, all that stuff, like ESPN Plus, you're good. Man, so if you're just now you're just now tuning in, man, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all kicking in with us tonight, man. We're talking anything and everything, man. If you guys got questions, we'll talk football, any other sport, life. It don't matter, man. Just ask questions. We'll be here the whole first round. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Just make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Shout out to our guys, Swap Fan 100, man. Appreciate the donation. Nothing shocking yet. Maybe outside the Jaguars trading up, man. Nothing else super shocking tonight. Or yeah, if they go Mason Graham, because you're gonna have to probably you're at the pick. Do you double Myles Garrett? Do you double Mason Graham? You obviously double Myles Garrett, but Mason Graham can cause havoc in the middle, man. Can we talk coalition? Coach, I was inducted into coalition this past weekend.
The what?
So, you haven't heard about the coalition yet? The Jackson State Coalition?
No. I'm not on that.
Mason Graham. Mason Graham. Look at that. But no, man. So, the coalition is everybody who is not a Jackson State fan.
Oh.
That's the coalition. And I was officially inducted on social media by a Jackson State fan calling me one of the secret haters of Jackson State because I said that remember when Rembert hit the portal, I said it was a
Yeah.
massive loss and they did not like my use of adjectives in the tweet, so I was inducted into coalition.
So what constitutes outside of that? What puts you in there? Who else is in
Coaching
there?
for
What do
coaching for Alcorn probably puts you in there. I ain't gonna lie.
other than you, who else do I know that's in this coalition?
Everybody that is not on was it 1400 J.R. Lynch Street.
Should be a deep list, huh?
Deep list. Yeah, this man said coaching for Alcorn is definitely reason to get put on the list.
Let's go.
That is fair. That is fair.
I'll take that. I'll take that. Fake news.
Bro, the funny part is both of us have so many connections at Jackson that it's hard to be in the coalition.
Man, if they only knew.
Oh, man.
If they only knew. Everybody versus us. I get it. Let's get those shirts made.
Yeah, but no, it's all love, man. A Paris that me and Paris always go back and forth about. Man, we were laughing because even Paris was laughing about it because man, they were upset about the adjective, man.
Was it not though?
No, and so then then I came back. I don't know if you saw the tweet or not. When he came back, and Paris and Miss Faye knew that this was coming, and it was just me being funny. I put the major when he came back in parentheses, just to prove the point. Yeah, it was all in fun, man. But no, and I think
Always.
that was a big return for them, man. I think he's gonna be really good in the slot for them, man, because they got the Portillion kid coming back on the outside. I think the one position that they really needed was another slot guy, and I think they locked that one in. Because I don't mind who's the other kid? It was the kid from Mississippi. His dad's famous. Oh my God, I'm blanking on the kid's name now. Dupree, their other slot guy. I think he's okay. I just don't know if he has the upside that Nate has in the slot. I think he's raw.
Yeah. And when we're talking again,
Shout out to Scotty. Man, I Scotty, we both said if they were going to trade back, man, it'd be tough to take him. Like, you got to take Shedeur at 2. I mean, at 2 if you know he's going to be there.
Thanks so much, Tim and Allie. Reese.
it's but going back to them and their offense, it's going to be a deal of where, you know, the blueprint is the blueprint, no doubt about it. I know at times they said the people behind the running back were better than the running back, but now they're going to have to prove that because, you know, I can say his name. He's graduated. Mulligan's gone now.
Irv?
As to where you know people had to pack the box, decide to play the pass. So now we'll see. Shedeur Sanders.
Nope. Ashton Genty.
Okay. Pete Carroll, run game. I get it.
I still think it's too high for him.
Makes sense.
With how and here's the other main reason why, Coach. Looking
down.
back, this might be the deepest running back class we've had in about 10 years.
Somebody trade down.
Interesting pick.
Yeah, I'd have lost money. 'Cause I said the
Hey.
Raiders were going to Sanders.
And
But
number
this-
9's his last shot before we. I mean, I think if he gets past number 9, the Steelers are taking him.
Ain't no doubt.
Watch, he's gonna run for like 1,500 yards, and I'm gonna look insane for saying he didn't deserve to go number 6.
But that's like I said, the conversation that a couple of y'all, you included, are not ready to have is that kid should have won the Heisman last year. And he's an exceptional running back, no doubt, but he's got a lot of miles on those wheels, no doubt about it. And if you're going to do this in the first round, I just think the Raiders could have traded down and got a few more picks and still got him a few more picks down. Maybe the 12th slot, if not, more than that, later than that. Nah, he ain't waiting another day.
Yeah, I don't see how Shedeur doesn't get picked tonight. If somehow Shedeur falls past the Steelers, I think someone trades into the late first to get him. Like, I think you'll see like the Eagles or someone trade out of the first round completely. Because if you're the Eagles, you don't even really need much. You need a deep tackle and like a corner.
You got to replace Sweat.
Thank you, Scotty. We did a mock draft with our guys MMTV Sports. Bro, Golden to Dallas is the most no-brainer pick of the first round. He complements what they already have at wide receiver so well.
No, because I say if Sanders is there, Jerry's going to do it.
Bro, Jerry is not going to take Shedeur.
All right, no doubt.
No chance they take Shedeur and puts him behind Dak. No chance.
Bet the drink. No, bet the cigar. You already down one.
I got you.
Bet the cigar.
I'll bet the cigar. There's no chance Jerry takes Shedeur.
If he's there. Cigar bet.
Jesus. Yeah, no chance.
Cigar bet.
I agree, Scotty. Like he was my number 1 wide receiver in the draft. I think Golden. I also like Amika, and then you could argue Amika with Burden and who's the other kid? Tet from Arizona. But I really like Golden, man. Like in terms of smaller guys who can just run, yeah, that kid's different. Who's up now? We got the Jets.
Yep. I think
they
you take
can
Shedeur off of this one because they just put all that money. Well, again, Justin Fields.
Are you sold on him as a starter in the league?
Who's that?
Are you sold on him as the starting quarterback?
Shedeur?
No, Fields.
Justin Fields? In the right system, yes.
Are the Jets going to have that system?
I think Aaron Glenn is a defensive guy. I think he's going to mimic what they did in Detroit in some ways. So I think he could fit in that. Now, I definitely think he could thrive in a Baltimore-style deal.
Yes. Agree, but the problem is, as long as Lamar's alive, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's another scheme like that. Scotty, that is Coach. He's at a cigar lounge up in KC right now. No, Coach, you're good. You ain't got to mute, man. It's just some background noise, man. You're good. He was laughing. Sounds like you. We should have just told him you were covering the draft, man. We should have got you to Green Bay.
That would have been dope. Should have did it. Wasn't thinking about it. but you know there's a run on offensive linemen about to come up. So I think Jets, I don't see that one happening.
No.
Does Aaron Glenn go defense? I think so. Because there's got to be a run on all these great defensive guys. Remember, they said this is the best, the most loaded defensive draft in a long time.
I mean, God. I don't remember who I had them taken earlier. Let's see.
I got them taking.
I had them going wide receiver, but I don't know about that. Gotti said the best chance for Doris is the Saints, but they just need so much, and they do need skill players. I said that, Scotty. I think the Steelers is the perfect location for Shedeur. Like if there was a team that is realistic for Shedeur, landing in Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin and that staff is perfect. That is the perfect spot for Shedeur to develop. Especially too, they put so much into that offensive line as well. They should have a really good offensive line for the next few years.
That's one thing Pitt's going to always do, as long as Mike T's there. They're going to be able to run the ball. I think that's a perfect situation. Get the running game going, have a quarterback that can throw off the play action. And like I said earlier, in that situation, if it is Pittsburgh, he's not going to be asked to throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. So, you know, that's a perfect place to hire a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Patrick, nothing crazy yet. The craziest thing was Jacksonville trading up to number 2 to take Travis Hunter. And then, let's see. Yeah, offensive line. Here we go.
Here comes the running defensive guys.
Their offensive line was terrible. I almost guarantee I know where the Panthers are going.
What you thinking?
Defense. They're going. I mean, dude, their defense was so bad last year.
All right, we're going the kid from Georgia, or they're gonna go another inside guy.
I don't think there's an inside guy that's worth this pick. Unless you're sold on the kid from Ole Miss, what, the Nolan kid, Walter Nolan? You could go him. If it was me making the pick, I'd go Jahdae Barron, Texas cornerback. I think he's outside of Travis, you know, going earlier. I think he's the best pure corner in the draft. They could go O-line. Scotty said they could go O-line. I don't know, man, because a lot of their fans, so, you know, I was listening to Dave's P&P podcast. There's a lot of people that want to take wide receiver. There's a lot of people that want to go Jalen Walker here and move him to the true, as a true edge.
If you're going to stay with Bryce, you got to protect him.
Patrick, yes. Me and Coach both predicted Gray Zable to be picked today. Probably somewhere, Coach, between the 14th pick onward, somewhere in that like mid to late first round is probably where you're going to see Gray Zable go today.
I think Carolina's got to go offensive line. Even though I know you said defense, but I think they got to go offensive line.
They made that pick pretty quickly. they knew exactly
who they
what was going on here.
Yeah. I'm saying O-line. What are you saying? Defense?
Yeah, defense. I would go Barron. I wouldn't rule out Jalen Walker here, though. hopefully at least. Kevin, I'll order the jersey tonight. I'll order the jersey tonight. As a Dolphins fan, I would love that pick. As a Dolphins fan, that would be amazing because we haven't had like a truly good offense. I mean, we have what Armstead, but like our interior offensive line's been terrible. Probably since like the Pouncey was there.
First
That's
pick
been a
couple
long
years
time.
ago, over a decade ago.
We need to tell Pouncey, man. We got to get him back in playing shape, man. We need like 2-3 more good years out of him.
After he lost that weight, he said he ain't going back.
I don't blame him.
So let me ask you this. If you're Miami, do you really need the first round to sew up your offensive line? Or can you accumulate enough picks off this trade and sew up your offensive line and your secondary?
You could. I mean, I still think if we were going to trade Ramsey, it would have already happened if we were going to try to get another first or something. I mean, you could trade back. I don't know how far back. I don't know, like, who would be there unless if the Steelers come calling, we'd explore it, right? Because, I mean, you would drop back, what, a handful of picks, probably get a solid, I don't know what you would get back. I'm not a huge trade guy in the NFL, but you get probably a few picks back.
Oh, yeah, they get some second, some thirds, and I'm sure definitely some late round stuff.
Best and worst options for the Bears? I don't even remember who I had the Bears.
Who did I have for them?
I had Malachi Starks from Georgia, safety.
Chicago, where are they? I can't even read my own writing. I got Banks Jr.
Okay. I don't think that's a bad pick. I don't know if Ramsey would allow them to move him to safety. I just
Pride.
Yeah, I think he would probably dip out if they tried to move him to safety.
Yeah, he probably balked
Calvin
on that.
said the Bears need everything.
They definitely got to go O-line.
I think with the Scotty said he thinks with the new head coach, being an offensive guy, you should start with the QB for the offensive side of the ball. The Saints. If they don't go Shedeur, I'm not sure what the Saints grab here.
Shit, their D-line is getting old now.
They could go interior,
Yeah.
defensive line.
Yeah, they're getting older. They lost Marshawn. They traded him to Washington.
Yeah.
You gotta try to sew that position up, especially in the division you're in with Tampa, Carolina, and Atlanta. You gotta try to sew that position up.
I am curious, like, so let's just say this. The Saints take Shedeur at 9. Do the Steelers go Dart at 21?
I don't think he fits them. Arizona, he's a bad boy. Now, I don't know if he was that bad, but he's a bad boy.
I don't know, man.
Again, I don't know if he was this bad, this high, but he was a bad boy. I'm telling you. He's B, trust me. If you're in the business for a receiver, he is a bad boy.
I'm not disagreeing. I just don't love that pick for them right there.
Oh, no, they definitely should have went O-line, but if you're talking about giving your quarterback a target outside of Leggett, outside of God dang it, your other, and your tight end. This is a guy He's a guy.
Had to update the ticker at the bottom. Now I keep forgetting to do that. So Calvin said he had an off-the-wall question there while we're waiting.
What up with it?
Best chance a SWAC team makes the FCS playoffs? I'm assuming he means for this season.
If it's not a school from up the street, if it's not FAM, if let's say we knock Jackson off and we go to the championship game and they're in position, I don't think they take it. I think it depends.
They would
on the
turn it down?
Yeah, I don't think they would take it.
I don't know about that.
Doing it. I can see FAM doing it. I don't see Jackson doing it.
I mean, it would be okay. So here's where Miss Beck said that's coalition speak.
My bad.
I don't think they would turn it down if that was the situation, right? I do think what would hurt Jackson though is that they did not play a 12th game. They decided to stick with 11 games in the 12-game year. I do think that would potentially hurt them. Plus, you got a D2 game in Tuskegee. So you got like 2 negatives on your resume. But now, because let's just say, if we're just talking hypotheticals here, if they beat Southern Miss, finish with 1 loss overall just in SWAC play, impossible to leave a team like that out.
So let me change what I'm saying. If you remember correctly, FAM was basically petitioning to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think Jackson would petition to get into the playoffs. I'm not saying they would turn down a bid.
Got you.
I
got what you meant. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean.
I thought you meant like crazy. If they got picked, they'd be like, no, we're good.
No.
Like, we don't want to play.
I'm saying they're not going to go on that award tour like FAM did, saying how we should be in and our numbers versus this team's number. I don't think they would do all that to get a spot. If a spot came, definitely. But to petition for a spot, I don't think they would do that.
Okay, so real quick before I answer. Okay, yeah, so so you got excused. They thought you were saying what I thought you were saying, where they were just going to just deny it. So you're good now. The Jackson fans were just confused. They thought you were saying that they just didn't want to go at all.
That'd be asinine.
That'd be crazy. All right, man. Shedeur, no.
No. Lock.
I think they go Shedeur.
Just took Spencer Rattler.
Is Spencer Rattler better than Shedeur? The ceiling.
I think they're the same player, Blue.
Oh, you got my attention. You think, is that Shedeur's comp for you? Is Spencer Rattler?
I'm saying when you compare college numbers, when you compare their style of play, I think they're the same person. Now, is his ceiling higher than Spencer's? Yeah. But is it high enough to take him at this pick over what you already have in the building? Ooh.
Oh, God. I think so.
So you saying lock? Or you saying shot?
Lock is so strong. Lock is so strong. I think they take him. I'm just going to go on a limb. I think they take him. There was a lot of talk they might trade back if they didn't want it.
Pick us in.
Let's see. But to answer this question real quick, man, it's going to be tough this year. I think FAM potentially would have a chance, just depending on what they finish. But I think it's going to take. I think it's going to take a team finish with 9 or more wins. Kelvin Banks, okay.
I win again.
So that means Shedeur to the Steelers is probably the only option here. I already know what coach is going to say to this question, so I won't even toss it to him. Um,
That's
I'll say this.
a unanimous no.
I'll say this. I do think Southern brings back enough talent to win the West, especially with Gibbons coming back. You got the kid at Woods. I think their season kind of hinges on Woods taking a step and staying healthy. Because Woods, as soon as he got rolling, coach, remember he got knocked out right before the SWAC championship game. They got to get him back healthy. He's the guy. And then the other thing too is I think secondary, right? The secondary really has to take a step forward, and they do have to replace a lot on the interior D-line as well. But I do think Southern has the weapons and the talent to win the West.
I think they lost 2 starters to the portal off that offensive line as well. I don't know what they had behind it, but I think they lost 2 starters to the portal. And again, I want to go back and I want to be clear. I'm not saying the school up the street will tell the NCAA no to a playoff. I'm just saying that they wouldn't be out there with picket signs saying we deserve to be in.
I got you. Well, we got a special guest, man, that's about to hop in. I know we jumped on the stream with us last year, man. Shout out to my guy Scotty from All Script, man. What's up, my man?
What's up, guys? Hey, what's up, coach?
I ain't from the DMV, but you
You're
good with me.
Listen, hey, you know what? Okay, you need a finish. You know what? I'm telling you right now. Now, I'm probably the only person in Blues who probably I'm the only person that's this second round pick. I've said that for a long time, and I said also that if he was at Jackson, he probably would be a 4th or 5th round pick just because of the competition or whatever. So listen. I think the best thing for Shedeur is him dropping. That is the best scenario for him. If he would have went to the Giants, it would have been terrible. If he would have went to Cleveland, he would have got busted, right? So going down, kind of getting that Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson situation where you might be able to sit for a year, learn the system, get your spot reps in there, and then come in flying high. It looks a lot better. And listen, if the Steelers don't get him, second round. The second round, here we come, baby.
I still think there's a chance someone trades back into the first to get him, like you saw with Lamar, right? Because the Ravens came back into the first to get him. I could see something like that.
And the reason they would do that is because of the 5-year deal, 5-year contract with Ravens. So it's all about where do you value Shedeur? Like, how much do you value Shedeur? I'm a Jackson Dart fan, right? I like a gunslinger. That is just always. It's kind of like a Steph Curry type of thing. Like, if you're a shooter, you shoot, right? If you're a quarterback and you can sling that thing, and I like quarterbacks with no conscience, right? Like the Brett Favres, the Tony Romos. Like, it's a lot of high risk, but it's a lot of high reward on the other side of it. That's just me.
And I asked Coach this earlier, and he said no. Do you think is there a chance the Steelers go Dart over Shedeur?
Not with Tomlin. I think he's a black man. He's gonna draft the black guy. You know what I'm saying? But talent wise, with those 2 guys, with Pickens and I would pick Dart. That's just me, because again, the same mindset you can have for Shedeur of managing him in that offense. I think you can do the same thing with Jackson, but I think the thing with Shedeur that's going to put him in a better situation is his accuracy. His accuracy, his poise, his tough. He has a Steelers toughness about him that fits that mode of, if the O-line ain't great, I can take it in the chin, still get up and move down the field and do what you do. Oh, what you got, Coach?
Nah, them boys a lot bigger up there, and they coming a lot faster. You better lose that mentality. But to answer, I'm not from the DMV. I'm from Florida, and I just, again, I'm not saying he's Spencer Rattler. Don't twist my words, Blue. I'm just saying foot speed about the same. arm at Oklahoma compared to Colorado is about the same. Now, personality, like Scotty just said, toughness, I think that separates him. But as far as saying that, they wanted him a pick ago, I just didn't think there was that much separation between Spencer and him for them to make that kind of move.
And I agree with Coach because with Spencer, you know what they're building. You have tape on him. You can see, like, if you're Kellen Moore, you've watched tape on him. You can see his flaws in the NFL, where you feel you can come in and help him at, right, as a good offensive coordinator, or, the guy that you're bringing in. Like if Coach was coming into a situation with a new wide receiver that has college film, he can say, okay, he does this very well. He needs to work on that. And him being a college coach, he knows where I can do and fix it. With Shedeur never playing in the NFL, you don't know what you're getting. But at least with Spencer Rattler, you can say, okay, he can make these throws. He has this problem. He rolls out too quick. He has happy feet in the pocket. Like all those little things that you just like, hey, let's settle him in. Let's make it easy for him. Let's get Alvin Kamara, get him back going, right? Make it easier for him. And let's put some pieces around him because, quarterbacks like that, a good tight end and a good slot receiver will settle him down. And as long as you get Alvin Kamara going, you can see a better Spencer Rattler.
And then also, what kind of offense is he going to bring with him? I like it.
They just wanted weapons for Caleb. That's all they're trying to do right here.
I like it.
They say,
he's a bad boy.
Please, Loveland from Michigan, tight end.
Oh, it should have went Warren. It should have went Tyler. If you were going tight end, that Bama FCS is different.
The Colts are drooling right now because he's going to fall right to the Colts and they're going to take him.
And he fits what they've done in the past with their tight end position.
Yes.
To a T.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, Scotty. Listen, I've said Golden is that should be who they get. I don't like taking Amari and Hampton, the running back, UNC, bro. At what 12 or 13? That's crazy.
Yeah. The thing about it is, we had a 1,000-yard rusher that left us this past year, and for me, and if you put all this money into Dak, you gotta give Dak the weapon, right? And to me, you can find Isaac Pacheco, you can find a second, third round back that can be serviceable in this offense, but you have to have another option on side of CeeDee Lamb. It just don't get me wrong. I like Tolbert. I think Tolbert has a lot of potential, but you got to go get a guy. And when I tell you I love Golden from Texas, he is just Mr. Do Everything. Like he's just Mr. Do Everything. And I loved him. Loved what he did in the playoffs. I'm a fan, man. I love it. I put him in the slot and let him go. Let him go to work.
He's the perfect complement to everything CD does. Perfect complement. And it's been a minute since I think he has more potential than what y'all have had in the slot for a long time, too.
I think the last decent slot receiver we had outside of Cole Beasley was Harris Williams, but he's trying to play the D. He didn't really play the X. I mean, he played I call it the Y. I don't know what Coach calls it. His team, the slot receiver. I call him the Y. His team call it right in there. We haven't really had a decent slot receiver until Cole Beasley. But, Coach, I saw you shaking your head. What happened?
This is what I need to happen. I saw somebody in the chat say the 49ers are going to take Shedeur. I don't need that to happen. I need Jerry Jones to take Shedeur or to pick a guard, an offensive guard. That's what Dallas needs to do in their next pick.
A guard?
He's a Commanders fan, so he just wants y'all to screw it up. He wants y'all to take a kicker, a long snapper.
What are we doing? A guard? I'm like, out of all I'm like, no. Now, if you was talking about D tackle, absolutely, right? Like
Walter Nolan.
Oh my God, we need some interior pressure just so Micah can do what Micah does on the edge. But so I wouldn't be mad if they did go D tackle here, and you got to have a solid nose. Like I'm talking about a solid A gap, zero line up above and push him back into, like a Haloli Nada, like a Vince Wilfork. We need something like that's stable, or like the Commanders have like one of them Payne brothers. We need one of them Paynes in them Jakes. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't make
They had
them
Jonathan Allen too. Like they
Yeah.
had some really good D tackles there. They had a run of them where it was just unbelievable.
Oh, they had like back-to-back first-round picks in D tackles. You know what I'm saying? Like just like, dang, I'm like, yeah, they're really trying to fortify, right? So I wouldn't be mad at the D tackle position, but I am a Golden fan. I think he will do great with Dak. Dak needs the weapons because to me, he's not worth $60 million. But since you paid him, you might as well give him the help that he's going to need. You know what I'm saying? He's not out here freaking Jalen, man, dog, you got a rookie taking the Redskins to the NFC Championship and Dak getting paid $60 million and ain't sniffed it. That's a whole nother topic, but we're talking about the draft right now. But I wouldn't be mad at that. I know a lot of people had Genty going to the Cowboys. I wouldn't have been mad at that pick. It kind of would have gave me Ezekiel Elliott-ish vibes on that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been too mad. I mean, he's not Zeke, but just kind of those vibes. But I want Golden. I want Golden. And I wouldn't be mad at Travion Henderson in the second round. I wouldn't be mad at the Ohio State running back in the second. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. So if they wanted to do that in the second round as well. But for me, the keys to Cowboys is corner, linebacker, D tackle, wide receiver, and running back. But you can find a running back anywhere though.
Bro, you're going to end up having a chance to draft like Tootin in like the 4th round in this running back class. It's going to be ridiculous.
That's a good one, Blue.
Because you still got what? Because all these guys are going to be day 2. You'll probably have Hampton, Henderson, Judkins, Scatabo, the kid from Tennessee, Neal, the kid from K-State, Martinez from Miami. You still have Tootin, who's like the 12th best running back. You got the kid from Auburn. You got Ollie Gordon that's still going to be on the board. You got Merritt from Arizona as well.
I listen. Sneakily enough, I think outside of the Ohio State backs, I think he's the 3rd best back in this draft.
He's going to be good.
I really believe that because he just sees the hole so well. He's so good in between the tackles for his size, and he has the breakaway speed. I'm not mad if Dallas went and got Ja'Cory Merritt.
You might get him day 3 with how deep the running back class is, which would be a stupid 4th or 5th round pick.
That'd be a great value pick. And listen, if this was Bill Parcells' era, I'm Cam Scatterball. I'm like Scatterball all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm Scatterball all the way. Like I just love the mentality. I love the physicality. I love everything about Scatterball, and I think he has an AFC North brand to him that just that smash mouth. I think he'd do really well with the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think that's what Burrow needs. Burrow needs a downhill guy that can just pick you those 3, 4, 5 yards. But you know, I miss the Marion Barber days for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I miss those days. So you know,
you got to unmute, Coach.
Nah, I take Scatterball just because of his dad. His dad drinks old Milwaukee.
Old Milwaukee.
Oh man,
Blue, who you want for the Dolphins?
One, I want us to trade Jalen Ramsey for something. I mean, before he just walks on us. Y'all have him. Or send us 12. Send us 12.
Whoa, Blue. Hold out. Jalen Ramsey ain't worth the first round pick now.
Whoa.
No.
At that point, just keep him until he dies. Keep him until he dies.
I'm not giving up my 12th round pick for Jalen Ramsey.
No, I don't blame you.
I do think Ramsey needs to put a take, though. I think he needs to away from corner ain't going to take. I would love to do it.
I think we go DB, whether it's starts, whether it's one of the corners on the board. I really like the kid out of Texas, Jahdae Barron.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him. Or go O-line, man, because Tua's going to get hurt if you don't figure out offensive line. So get you someone on the interior. Like, there's a lot of smoke behind Zable, and that's kind of the talk is if we do go O-line, it might be Zable because he can play center and both guard spots. I wouldn't be mad at either of those, though. But I think DB is the number one because if you lose Ramsey, you're screwed because you have enough wide receivers if you lose Tyreek. You got Waddle, got a bunch of young guys. You got running backs loaded. Offense is going to be fine. So I just think you got to go corner and get somebody to replace Ramsey in case he leaves. And if he doesn't, you can slide that kid to the slot.
Yeah. What about no backup?
I like it.
Say that again?
No backup for Tua?
Not at 13. 13 is too early for that. I do think they're going to take a quarterback probably third, fourth, fifth round, somewhere in there. They're going to take somebody to come in and push them because I think the backup last. I still think we got that kid from Kansas State. That's I wouldn't be mad though. Like if Dart falls and he's there at our next pick, man, go ahead and take Dart. Why not?
I'm not mad at that in the second round. I wouldn't be mad at a second, third round pick of Dart. I really wouldn't.
No.
If he's able to fall to you guys at that position at second or third round, I think that's a great pick. I think that would be a great backup pick, to push to or whatever. And I wouldn't even be mad at the Ohio State kid.
Oh, Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be mad at him. Ewers will still be there. I think there's you crossing your fingers on
Sanders or a guard to Dallas. I thought they were going to trade the pick. I thought they were going to trade it, but they sit it in. So
it better be golden. It better be golden. I swear to God, it better be golden.
I like the pick for the 49ers, though. I think Mykel Williams is going to be so good in that scheme across in Bosa.
I thought Chicago was going to take him with their defensive scheme, but it goes a pick behind what I thought he would go. But that's a good pick for the 49ers because they need to start bolstering up that side of the ball if they're still saying they got that window open to make that run.
Man, y'all, I gotta this YouTube TV is kicking my ass. I am way behind.
Bro, that's what I'm watching right now, YouTube TV.
Oh, okay. They just going over the Mykel Williams pick.
Yeah. Bro, I try to follow on Twitter most of the time. I already know what it is. And coaches out there, watching someone else's cable in the restaurant and everything. So he's cheating out here.
You know what I'm
saying? They send in the cars to where he's at. Bro, so tell me, quarterbacks, listen, I understand all the Shedeur, criticism and stuff like that. For you, though, with Cam Ward, do you think he's an instant, top 10 quarterback in the league type guy?
No.
Or do you think he takes some years?
I think I think he could be on that Jordan Love path, right? Where it's when he gets the opportunity to really shine, you're like, oh man, this kid can really go. I just think it's tough because Tennessee does need a lot of this nigga is right. I'm sorry. Oh my God, we took a guard. What the hell? What are we doing? He was right.
Tyler Booker. He had a second round grade.
Oh, what are we talking about right now, bro?
They're already in the chat saying they actually took a guard. Bro, that's all on Coach too. That is all on Coach.
He should be happy. He should be real happy.
Did y'all need O-line that bad?
No, we did not. But I'll say this: a lot of the guys that we have for backups, we were getting guys off the street for O-line backups. I'm talking about former retirees and all types of stuff. It's been wild in Dallas.
You needed a tackle, but
I like Tyler.
You needed a tackle to replace what you lost. But Jerry Jones is going to Jerry Jones every freaking time.
Okay, hold on. Real quick. Yeah, thank you. Let me say this. What you cannot say is Dallas does not draft well. That's what you cannot say. Even though you you cannot understand it all the time. The last 5 first rounders outside of Tyler Smith have been all pro or gone to a Pro Bowl.
I'm pointing at the screen. That's what I'm pointing at. No. I'm pointing at that last pick, right?
Let's break it all the way
Are you
down.
picking? Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Hold on, let me ask you this. Are you picking for future all pros, or are you picking for what you need now?
I'm going to tell you what I just said. We can say a lot of things, but the Cowboys not drafting well is not one of them. Now, do we agree with the draft? Not all the time. Not all the time. I didn't agree with the Tyler Smith pick last year. But hey, listen, right?
It worked, yeah.
He ended up being on the all-rookie team, right? So again, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, I can go on and on. Travis Frederick, Zach Martin. You know what I'm saying? It's been year after year of consistency in the Cowboys arena.
What that get you? What that get you?
I'm just giving you more play. I'm just giving you more play.
What that get you?
I can't believe we didn't take Golden, bro. I really can't believe we didn't take Golden. Like, how did we not take a wide receiver right there? That's crazy to me.
Y'all's interior offensive line though is crazy. I just saw the tweet:
Cooper
Tyler
Beebe.
Smith, Connor Beebe, and Tyler Booker.
Tyler Booker, yeah.
That's a nasty like guard center guard combo, but at the same time, I don't know.
I had to double take. I thought his mom was Queen Latifah. Man, let me go play some lottery numbers before I leave Kansas City tomorrow.
Oh, you need to.
Yeah, that was a crazy prediction. I ain't gonna lie.
God, dog.
Also, won't be mad if the Dolphins traded back here. Like we need so much that if like the Steelers want to come up and get Shedeur, go ahead, come on, we'll get some extra draft capital.
I think they got to be thinking about it, Blue, because nobody takes this long, this late, especially when you know you're picking in this area. You already kind of know those 4 to 5 in that area that you want. Yep. So this tells me they're on the phone with somebody right now.
We don't need a wide receiver, but since the Cowboys let him slide, I won't even be mad at Matthew Golden. Just put him in the room with Waddle and Tyreek.
He over here looking like a fake. What's that rapper from Florida? He look like a fake Ace Hood. Man, I'm freaking pissed, man. I just knew we was getting Golden.
That's brutal.
And we don't even need a guard. Like, we really need a D tackle. Like, for real, I wouldn't have been mad at a D tackle. I really wouldn't. You would have gave me a solid D tackle, I would have been all right, cool, whatever. A guard?
I didn't have Booker getting drafted over Zable, though. I thought Zable was going to be the first interior guy to go off the board.
Man.
Bro, he's just sitting here thinking I just finessed the Cowboys.
Dog, finessed. I'm looking at Cowboys Twitter. It is in a frenzy.
Shambles.
Oh man. Now, and see, that's the thing I hate about the first round. After you don't like the team pick, you gotta wait a whole day to sit with it.
Yep. Unless y'all trade back into the first.
You know what I'm saying? You done for the night. After you don't like the pick, you done. You just all right, whatever. I'm going to bed. Jesus.
But I want to go back to something you said about past draft picks, right? And I want to take it back to what we do, college football. Yes, I've had the #1 recruiting class the last 5 years. But if I have nothing to show for it other than that, what have I done?
Well, I think half the battle, coach, is getting the Jimmies and Joes, right? So to me, I think, and I'll tell anybody, I think the Cowboys have wasted the most talent in the past 10 years, right? You're talking about, I just want people to think about the talent that has been in the Cowboys building the last 10 years, right? You had Dez Bryant, you had Tyron Smith, you had Zach Martin, you had Travis Frederick. They were all on the same team at the same time. Okay? Ezekiel Elliott, Jason Witten, okay? Terrence Williams, right? Like Tony Romo, you hate him or love him, you had him. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's 3 Hall of Famers you had on the offensive line. Like legit at the same time. 3 Hall of Famers.
You had Lawrence at edge, who was like an all-pro level edge rusher.
You see, like, let's really break this down. You get what I'm saying? So it's tough, man. Go ahead, go. You go ahead.
That Ring of Honor is gonna be hell. I'm talking about all kind of names around that stadium, but no banners.
No, none. So to me, I think go ahead.
So I flip it. Is it really talent, or is it what's on the paper that we're saying talent, or is it coaching?
It's coaching.
It's coaching for sure with the Cowboys.
Jason Garrett in them 8 and 8 years for like 4 or 5 years straight was crazy work. and he got to keep his job because he was cool with Jerry Jones. Like, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a real buck. And then when you start talking about the Dak Prescott years, because I don't care what nobody says, right? Like, the year that Dak came in as a rookie, if Tony Romo plays, we're going to the Super Bowl. I don't care what nobody talks. You can't tell me no different. We're going to the Super Bowl. Now we probably would have lost some more games. It wouldn't have been 11 straight. We probably would have been like 10 and something, 10 and 6 or whatever. But just the explosive, because Dak couldn't use Dez the way that Romo used Dez. They just didn't have that connection. And you add Ezekiel Elliott to the mix with Romo, and Romo was calling his own plays. Everybody said that. So it's I'm just gonna say it's tough being a Cowboys fan. It just really it's these last I'll say 7 years when Romo, the end of a Romo era and then coming into Dak it's probably been the toughest because you've seen a lot of talent, but just hasn't produced anything.
Let's see what these Dolphins do.
Or is it what we're putting on paper is talent?
No, it's not what we're putting on paper. They got all pros and Pro Bowl selections. That I mean, come on. How you like it in blue, Kenneth Grant?
I don't know if we need a defensive tackle.
You
like
want
that bad?
You want to switch?
Hell, but we could use a guard.
That's what I'm saying. You want to switch? Hey, I'll give you my call. Yeah, I'll give you my guard for your tackle. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like him over Walter Nolan though. At D tackle, I don't know. That's a tough pick.
Where do you think Shamar is going to land? Because I know they had him pretty. He jumped up a lot of draft boards. I think he's still a project though.
I think so. I think one of these teams in like the back end of the first, like the Chiefs or Eagles, are just going to take a flyer on them, bring them in, and be like, just be an athlete.
Listen, and the Eagles will be perfect for that because I need no expectations for you. I got the big boy from Georgia. I got the other skinny Nolan. I got Nolan there for you. I got the linebacker who's going to tell you what to do in the back. Who got hurt and he came back. I mean, he got hurt in the playoff run. And you just add him to the big Jordan? What's his name? Jordan Davis?
Davis.
Yeah, you add Shamar in the interior with Davis, and you can always kick Shamar out as well. Oh, that's tough.
Yes, it'll be the perfect one. I still think I know you and Coach aren't going to like it because I know y'all are in the division. Because when I did the mock draft, I had the Eagles for that other show. I think I think there's a chance they go that safety from South Carolina.
Oh no,
the Nick Emanawari, the one that ran like the 4.3, and had like the 40.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like bro, if you're gonna give me a 6'3", 220 safety who ran a sub 4.4 to that secondary, they're just gonna draft a freak back there and just put them somewhere.
But so where do you move the white boy?
I think what they had him at slot. Well, they had him playing nickel and slot last year. I think you can move him to outside corner if you need to.
Oh,
okay. He's not your typical white boy. Like that kid is.
No, he's cold.
Like,
no, he's cold.
He's a problem. I don't because you still have Slay, right?
No. Yes. No, they let the other guy go. They let the
other one go. So you can put him at CB2, I think.
So what I was told is that the Eagles don't believe in spending on defense. They believe in spending on offense. So they'll draft defensively to fill in holes and gaps, and that's why their DNs leave, their linebacker. They don't they
weren't ever going to pay the Milton kid, the D tackle. They were going to let him walk, and that's why. I mean, bro, could you imagine if someone like Walter Nolan falls, and they get Walter Nolan?
Tight end here, lock or shop?
Yeah, I think it's a tight end. I think they're going to go. What is it, Tyler Warren?
Yep, you're right. You called it, Coach.
Kevin, the typical white boy doesn't play corner in the NFL. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this about that, because I said it the whole time, not taking anything away from him, playing in the secondary, but if he doesn't have that pass rush, there was a lot of times folks were behind him and he was bailed out by that pass rush, underthrown balls. Go back and watch it. Now, that's why I say it's all connected. So when Scotty's talking about the Dallas deal, yeah, I got an all-pro tackle that I drafted, okay, in Smith. But then I drafted nobody else. So how does it all marry? It don't.
I think with the Eagles, that defense is going to be so good, though, again. that D line's still going to be there. They lost the one D tackle.
They lost the D lineman. They lost the other
Sweat.
Sweat. They lost Sweat.
Sweat. Okay, so they lost Sweat and Milton, who went to Carolina. I don't think Milton was the best. I mean, he was just kind of like a rotational guy until the playoff run. But you look at that defensive end room right now. They got Nolan. They got the kid from Houston Christian who had the sack in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, so they're still deep on D line. I think they're going to be just fine. They also didn't they lose Braun, the linebacker?
No, they paid him. They paid Braun.
They paid him.
They paid Braun.
Yeah, he came back.
I think, and let me just say this about Tyler. I think Tyler Warren is like the new version of Jeremy Shockey. Like when I tell you I love Tyler Warren, I love this white man. Okay, like this white boy can play, and he's not Brock Bowers-esque like
he don't have the size like Brock does.
Brock is just different. Okay, like he's on that, Kelsey, Antonio Gates. He's up in that echelon of just being used as a receiver. Tyler Warren has that Jeremy Shockey physicalness that you don't really see a lot of tight ends have in this day and age. Plus, he's super athletic. Dude.
He's like Mark Andrews with a little bit more athleticism.
Yes.
And or like a George Kittle. Like a George Kittle, because George Kittle is a better blocker than he is a wide receiver.
Yes. I like George Kittle. He's George Kittle 2.0. And I just like some things about, like, I think some characteristics about some people just you can't coach it. And it's just how he plays the game and the physicalness he plays it with. You just can't coach it. And he's from Virginia.
What do we think the Falcons going to do here, man? Shout out to Coach KJ Black, man.
Shout out to Coach KJ.
Edge. They got to get a pass rusher.
I would go receiver.
I know who they're taking if they go wide receiver.
Golden, absolutely.
Yeah.
Golden.
Yes.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Go ahead. What you got?
I think they're going secondary. You got to look at that division that they're in. You got to have somebody to handle Mike Evans. You got to have somebody to handle those kids over in Carolina. If New Orleans ever gets his name back on the field full time, they got to find somebody in the secondary that can match up with those number ones.
So the Texas DB right here.
Yeah, because I think Johnson's kind of fallen a little bit, right, due to that injury or something he had. The kid from Michigan.
Oh, yeah, that was the question mark.
Yeah, he had some question marks with them. Also, I'll tell you the corner I like as a dark horse. I want to say he was down at the Senior Bowl. It's where I saw him first. That Hairston kid out of Kentucky.
Oh, no, I thought you meant Kansas, the Kansas kid, the one that went against Travis. My bad. Go ahead.
The Kansas kid. I'm trying to remember what his name is. I like him too, but not as a first round guy. What is his name? Kobe. Talking about Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yeah. He's like that. He's like that. I know you.
Yeah, I like him too. But yeah, the Hairston kid I like too. The only thing I don't like about him is his height. For me, I like taller corners. I'm not a huge fan of like the 5'10", 5'11" guys. I want my guys over 6 foot, but the Hairston kid at 5'11", he ran like a 4.28 or something like that and killed the Senior Bowl, man. Was locking people up. He wasn't as dominant as what was it, Quinshawn last year, but it was like that level where he was winning all the one-on-ones, and I do think he has some potential.
The thing about 5'11" corners and 5'10" guys, it to me is it all depends on how you play it, right? Like, because sometimes some situations, like, listen, I'm 5'11", I'm 6 foot. I've seen 6 foot corners get done up by 6'2" guys, 6'2", 6'3" guys. But it's how you play the position, and this is what I love about guys who are short. They be like, I've been like this my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to deal with this their whole life. So what's the difference now that I'm 5'11" and I played at Michigan, or I played at these top level programs and I was dominant, and now I'm going to the NFL. I just think the difference is like the Mike Evans of the world, like those freaks, right? Those the I wouldn't even say AJ Brown. Like, it's the guys that play above the rim that you really have to be worried about in the league, right? Like either the great route runners or the ones that play above the rim and can really high point the ball really well. And it's not a lot of those guys that can really do that at a high level.
No, I think Mike Evans is probably the number one guy right now that can do that.
I'm trying to think of some guys that
Vincent over there in Chicago when he was at San Diego was really
he
good
was
at
a
that.
great route runner. Man, that
Yeah.
coach runs the route.
When Pitts is split out, I think he creates that same matchup for folks with Atlanta. But I think they go Will Johnson here. I really like him. I was hoping he'll be around for Washington's pick, but
No chance.
yeah, he's too good. But I think he comes in, and he's the guy that's Atlanta's going to kind of be after to put on, Mike Evans, to put on Leggett over there in Carolina. That size, athleticism, I think they've got to take that in this pick here.
I don't know how I feel about Leggett still. I'll be honest. I'm still not
I
sold.
do not like him at all. And Coach, please break him down for me because I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of his game at all.
He plays a lot bigger than what he is. He's really physical in the run game. I think he's not as fast as folks kind of built him up to be, but he's that guy that kind of works underneath. He can get behind you. The only thing I don't like is I don't think he's a home run hitter. And to be a first-round pick at the receiver spot, I think you've got to be a home run hitter. But that's just me.
I think the Panthers have done a really bad job at drafting wide receivers lately. It's been terrible because they missed on what was the kid's name from Ole Miss? Was it Mingo?
Oh, the Darius Mingo or something.
Yeah, like whiffed on him.
Yeah.
Like they're arguably most productive wide receiver they had last year was the kid from Holy Cross who they cut and was on the practice squad, and then they got activated and he was their best wide receiver, Jalen Coker. If that happens, I mean, you just missed on all your evaluations. I'm not completely done with Leggett, but I think this year, if he doesn't take a big step forward, you're gonna have to look for another wide receiver one in next year's draft.
Absolutely.
And I think that has a lot that's tied in with the quarterback situation as well. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes a great quarterback to make a subpar guy look really good.
Hey, that's why Stroud was really happy he went to Houston outside of Carolina, in my opinion.
Absolutely, just for the situation around him.
My guy in Washington, Scary Terry, Zach Ertz. All you got to do is put it close to some of those guys, and they make you look really good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it people be listen. I'm from Maryland, so I got Redskin fans all around me. So it's the Scary Terry, but 1,000-yard receiver with every type of quarterback in the world. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just talking about everybody. He didn't had the ball thrown by his grandmama to somebody else's auntie, uncle, and he got 1,000 yards. You be like, dang, you getting 1,000 yards with these guys? You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a benefit. See what Atlanta does right here.
I think Shiloh is definitely a 5th-round guy or later.
Jalen Walker.
It's not a bad pick. I don't know. I don't love tweener guys though in the front 7.
You got to have the right scheme, right? It has to be one of those schemes to where they know how to use tweeners, right? Like the old Bill Belichick schemes, those the head coach from the Redskins, the one that just came over from Dan Quinn, right?
Yep.
Guys that really understand, okay, we're going to use your speed, we're going to get you in space, we're going to do whatever we can to make your strengths of really good strength, and then your weaknesses got to get figured out by the other team.
For me, there's a ceiling there for him as edge rusher. Does he play more Mike at the next level? I don't know. We'll have to see. I think he's going to have to put some weight on him if he's a true edge rusher at this level. But a lot of people said that about Micah Parsons. So maybe I'm just missing it.
I'm going to say this with Micah. I think he will be a better linebacker than he would be a edge rusher. That's just my personal opinion. Because you get to see his speed more impactful in space, right? Like him closing and him shooting the gaps. To have him be a DN all the time, I think it's limiting. To me, it limits him. But he's impactful, but it's not when you need him. Like that's the thing. Like, see, like when you're a Cowboys fan, you're watching, and you're like, bro, it's 4th down in the 4th quarter. We need to stop. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? It's all good and dandy. You get 2 sacks in the 2nd quarter. You know what I'm saying? And you doing all this and lying on. But when we need you to make a stop, when we need you to show up, stop the run, go get the quarterback.
Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
3rd and 11, 4th quarter, no pressure at all.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like that's the stuff you just be like, oh, but he got.
That's what made like the Von Millers and everybody so impactful. It's like they didn't get a whole lot of early sacks. Like they'll make those plays, but bro, when it was like 4th quarter and you needed a play, there it is.
That's when those guys show up. And that's the part about Michael Parsons. To me, as a linebacker, he's more impactful in that aspect because you're not getting the crossing routes. He's getting the running back out the backfield. He can run those down with his speed. But when you just have him focused on rushing, I think you limit him. That's just my personal opinion. But hey.
And I think you got to be in a scheme to where you can move him around. Because in the beginning, everybody knew where Micah was going to be. Now we run away from him or we send the slide to him. But now they've gotten smarter and they started to move him around. So he's no longer DE, he's a linebacker that they stand up and move around. So it's all about the scheme, I think. And with that kid, what you're saying, Zach, I think that's got to be the fit because you can't just line him up at right end because he's not going to see all 18 games of the season.
No, because they got him listed at 6'1", 240.
Oh, that's light.
Yeah, there's no way you can take all the snaps as a true defensive end at 240. Not in the NFL.
Yeah, he had to play a wheel situation. You know what I'm saying? Like a
3-4 scheme.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know what the Falcons run. I'm not a huge NFL guy, so I have no idea what their defense is. But I don't in a 4-3. I think you got to put him at Mike. No chance he can play a defensive end in a 4-3 scheme. I can't see it. Or now situational pass rusher.
He can play outside linebacker in a 4-3.
Yeah. But he's so athletic in a 4-3. I'd rather have him than Mike. Like you said with Micah, you open up the game so much, and now he's the quarterback of the defense at the focal point, and you can just tell him to go do his thing.
But now that they scheme up and run folks at him, you know what I mean?
Could be.
Try to get that guard free to get up on him.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Hey, yeah. Go ahead, Blue.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I'm hoping this is Zable. This is the first team that I think, outside of the Dolphins, that like Zable could actually go in terms of the first FCS guy.
This is a team that doesn't need a receiver, and they're probably going to draft a receiver. But I
feel like they've drafted a receiver almost every year the past few years, and Kyler gets no help.
I'm still mad at that we didn't get Golden. But, Jesus, I'm pissed. Boy, God damn, he's sitting right there. Look, it clean as a whistle. I wouldn't be mad if they went receiver right here. And the reason why I really wouldn't, because if you're believing in Kyler and his ability, you get him as many weapons as he can. You know what I'm saying?
Him and Golden and Marvin Harrison is about to be disgusting if that's the case.
You got to give him. He doesn't have DeAndre. He doesn't have DeAndre anymore, right? So. And he doesn't have like, don't get me wrong, I think Harrison came on late, but he didn't come off as the number one guy. That he didn't look like that last year. Maybe he gets back in the lab and he does some things. He has the talent to, but I think you surround him with more talent and you let him go to work.
I'm just trying to think what else they might need here, like edge potentially. Like I think they like I said, guard as well. But I wouldn't be mad. I'm with you on that. Like Walter Nolan.
They said we got to stop somebody. Stop somebody.
Not mad at that pick. I'm still
kind of pissed. Division as Houston,
Arizona. No, they got
San Fran and
Seattle.
San
Fran.
Oh yeah,
Seattle.
You gotta go get them Bamas. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put somebody on their back. Now I know we still on Shedeur watch. Listen, your countdown. Your Shedeur, your stomach gotta be turning. Like unless you know for a fact that Pittsburgh is in the mix to come get you, your stomach got to be turning right now because I mean most of these guys in the late, they don't need a quarterback. Now, I will say this, and this might be, I wouldn't be mad if he went to Tampa. And because
Baker
don't have a lot of years left. He'll be a great transition from Baker. He get to sit, get to watch. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to come in day one and start. I wouldn't be mad at that. I don't think they go that route, but I wouldn't be mad at that. But yeah, if you Shedeur, man, ooh, your stomach gotta be turning, dog. I don't care what nobody say.
Oh God.
But are you? I mean, again, does he have the makeup to come in and sit behind a Baker for 3 years? I don't know.
Does
And
Baker
not
have
that
3
he's-
years left on his contract?
He's got 2. He's got 2. He just
Okay.
re-upped, so he's got 2 to play an option on that. Well, with an option on that third one. But and Shedeur's hadn't shown to be that type of kid. But how long does his entourage stay hyped down if he's not starting after a year or 2? You know what I mean?
How long did Jordan Love sit behind Aaron? 2 years?
2
2
2
years?
years, I want to say,
Right,
and then
yeah.
Aaron left.
Yeah. And Aaron was hot when they drafted Jordan Love too. Hot.
Yeah, I don't think Baker would have the same reaction as like an Aaron Rodgers. I
Yeah.
don't think it would be tension.
I agree with you on that, but I wouldn't be mad at, I really wouldn't be mad at Tampa pulling the trigger on Shedeur. Just to have him you got the 5th-year option on him. You know what I'm saying? You let him sit behind Baker for 2 years, see how it works out. The only issue is that Mike Evans is on the downside of his career.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have him as a perennial wide receiver in probably the next 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? He'll be on his way out. But overall, man, listen, I wouldn't be
Could
mad
you-
at that.
Could you see maybe LA sit behind Stafford? Stafford's probably got a year or 2 left at the
Yeah.
most. And you get
Yeah,
McVay.
yeah. And they were trying to get off Stafford.
They were trying to trade him. Yeah.
And-
Go ahead, Blue. No, I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was saying, I don't think LA is going to be bad enough to be in a position to really draft a top quarterback in a while, because that rest of the team's too talented. I don't think they're going to have a top 15 pick next year.
I think you need a receiver if you're LA. You don't.
You just lost Cup.
You just lost Cup. You only got Puka. Puka got injury issues. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to go wide receiver at LA. And then let's not forget, McVay is a run first guy. A lot of people don't understand that about his scheme.
Mhm.
It is actually very much run first. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a running back in the first round, which they probably won't. And I wouldn't be surprised if they trade out, because I mean, with the last 4 or 5 years, they haven't had a first round pick. So this is the first time they pick in the first round in like years.
But I can also see McVay trying to get that defensive line back to where it was before they start losing those guys. Because they feel like that's where they lost that Eagles game at late. They couldn't stop the run. So I can see him trying to bolster that side of the ball more so than a quarterback that you know is going to be a backup. And it's just, we know he ain't going with this pick. Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow. We know he ain't going with this pick. So it's got to be coming up to Pittsburgh. I don't see Tampa. It's got to be coming up to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like the options are running out, because you got the Bengals here that got Burrow.
Girl,
The Seahawks,
they just traded for the Bama from Vikings. Sam.
Yeah,
Donnie.
Sam. Bucks could be a backup, right? We just talked about that. The Broncos just took Knicks, not going there. You
Not
got the
gonna happen.
Steelers. Yeah. Chargers got Herbert. Love it at the Packers. The Vikings are sold on what's his name?
JJ.
JJ McCarthy. Houston's got Stroud. We just talked about LA. Then the string ends. You got Goff, Lamar, Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts.
That's why they're in the 20s, because they have those guys. You know,
exactly. Exactly. So
that's
so
why
if it's not Pittsburgh, LA,
he's gone.
or Tampa with a stretch, it's a
Second
wrap.
round.
Unless someone trades up.
Unless somebody trades in. Yep.
It could be Cleveland, because they got the extra draft picks from the beginning.
Cleveland.
You know what I'm saying? So they could give 2 And plus they're not too far to get back into the first round because they're only what 3 picks back after number 32. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, well, no, they got 33 and 36.
Oh, so you package those together and you move back up to 30.
Yeah, they got the first pick of the second round.
Bam, there you go. So, yeah,
But
I see that
but if you're Cleveland and
I can
and
sit
you
right there and not have to give up.
that's what I'm
anything.
saying. If he falls past Pittsburgh, do you just sit and say we got the first pick of the second round?
You don't
We'll take them tomorrow.
see the reason they want to do that is because if he's good, they don't have the option on him. That's what made it happen.
Oh, that's right, because the second round guys don't have that 50.
They don't get the fifth-year option, right? So it's like that means he comes back on the market. If he's good for the first 2 years, that third year, you gotta hit him with a contract because now you're franchise tagging him for year 4, you know what I'm saying, or year 5. So that's why they move back in to do that so they can get that 5th-year option to see if he has to sit a year. They still got the other 4 years to play with them, and no diddy. Jesus Christ. No diddy, right? They still have the 4 years to see what he can do and go from there. So yeah, we'll see.
And if you're the Eagles, bro, we'll send you 33 just for that last year option, and we'll toss in like a day 3 pick. Just come back one spot.
Oh, Shamar. They need him. They listen,
I don't mind that pick at all.
They need him. They need somebody on that D line, boy, because Jesus, it was Swiss cheese last year.
Bro, I don't know what it is about the Bengals. They have been terrible at drafting offensive and defensive linemen the past handful of years. They can't get anybody.
Well, to me, then I don't think you go this route, right? I think you got to go with somebody that you feel is more. Because to me, he's still a project. Like he's not.
Yeah.
He has those traits and tools that make him a first rounder, but he still has some things to work on. But he has the talent, just physical ability to get it done.
I'm just surprised that none of y'all are commenting on some of these suits that are being worn.
Travis Hunter's suit was not good. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. That joke.
Coach said that. Coach hated it. Coach was like, "What are we wearing?"
Oh, that white boy though with the green print. Oh, that was clean. Hey, the LSU boy, that white boy was clean. And then he did the rock paper scissors handshake. Oh, that was cold. That was cold. Listen,
Did you see his interview? I forgot what brand it was. He was like, because he's like a country boy. He was like, man, I've never wore a brand like this. He was like, I feel nice.
That suit was clean, man. Listen,
Harris said his girl picked it out.
Had to.
Yeah,
had to.
Come on, Travis Hunter. Yeah.
Double-breasted with one button all the way over to your rib cage is diabolical.
He said it's diabolical. And it's tight too, Coach. It ain't even letting them breathe. You know what I'm saying? That
you knew it was going to be like that, though.
We've got to have that talk with these young men.
They more worried about the jewelry, Coach. They more worried about the jewelry.
But whose dad was it that was in that tweet that had the Adidas chain?
The D lineman. God dang, but yeah, he had the 3 stripes, so we already know.
Yeah, he had an Adidas chain that was about the size of his chest, and he was like, "Man, Adidas has treated us well." I was like, "Man, that looks like a $500,000 chain."
Jesus Christ.
Reese, we aren't going to do a day 2 stream. Coach is flying back from KC tomorrow, but we will be live on Saturday morning do some day 3 stuff, man. That'll be a lot of the FCS, smaller school guys going day 3. So we'll be back on Saturday morning. We probably won't do a live stream tomorrow night, though.
Oh, man. Seattle. I think you got to go wide receiver here.
Wide receiver or O-line.
Right.
It feels like they've been trying to fix their O-line for like 5 years now.
Yeah, I mean, Russell was running for his life. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was going to say, I agree with y'all. Like, Lockett just left. Gino, you got who you feel like a quarterback that can replace that. But do they go defensive?
No.
Secondary.
You got to go wide receiver here. If you don't feel you got a first-rounder guy left, but I think they go – don't they got the other Ohio State receiver there, Blue?
Oh, what is his name?
Gunge, or one of the African names.
Yeah, oh my God, I'm about to have to look it up now because you're right. I can picture him too. Let's see. So you got it's JSN, right? Jackson Smith.
Enigma.
Yeah.
So you got him. You got to give him another guy on the other
You
side.
got Cooper Kupp.
Okay, they did get Cooper. I forgot about.
Yeah, they signed Cooper Kupp. They also got Scantling, right? As well, if I'm not mistaken.
Scantling? I don't know who that is.
He was with the it's like Marquez Valdez Scantling. He was with the Saints and the Packers.
Nah. You gotta go get somebody.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't have any wide receiver 3. It's Cooper Kupp and JSN.
And I would move Cooper into the slot. I would move Cooper to the slot, and I would go get me whoever I felt was an X. I mean, Jackson's probably your Z. No, I don't think they have an X in this receiver left. So maybe you put Jackson as your X, and then you go get you a Z. But like you said, O-line is probably important, just as important as well. So
it was Carter's dad. Yeah.
Yeah, so Carter's dad had the Adidas chain.
So you know who he signed with already.
Yes. That checks out.
And then did you just see the piece that old boy's dad said they just had made from the custom jewelry? It was an action figure. God dang it, man. I hope it's cubic zirconia, because if not, there's that signing bonus.
Yeah, there you go, Zable.
Let's go. Big time.
Boy, North Dakota State be doing it.
I ain't mad at it.
They be doing it, bro.
Easy transition.
Bro, people don't give North Dakota, like, I understand the resources. I get the whole, that side of the argument. Bro, to have that consistency in terms of developing offensive linemen is unbelievable.
Finding them and developing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they turning tight ends to like tackles, and they all world. Do you know what they remind me of? They remind me like the old Iowa teams, like them old Iowa teams where you knew that you could you knew if you drafted somebody from Iowa or Penn State, they was going to be legit. That's just what it was.
What's crazy, man, this is, I want to say this is the 13th NFL draft pick for North Dakota State since 2014.
They be doing it.
In what, like the 3rd or 4th first round pick?
They be doing it, bro.
They said he's going to probably be an inside guy?
Yes, he's definitely playing guard or center. Well, because, Coach, he played guard 2 years ago at North Dakota State, and due to injuries, they moved him to tackle, and he just kind of stayed there and was an All-American there, too. So he can play any of the positions.
He said he was All-American, too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how – and also, too, it also helps that, bro, he said that if he didn't get drafted tonight, he was going to work on the farm in the morning. That's the type of kids they recruit up there. His family owns a farm in, like, northern South Dakota, and he still works on the farm in the offseason.
He said if he wasn't getting drafted, he was going to go work on the farm.
Yeah, he said he was like, yeah, I got it. He was like, I'm going to go chill with my family, work on the farm tomorrow, and then we'll be ready for the draft tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
That's a different type of human right there.
Yeah. But it's the...
And they don't lose anybody. Nobody goes in the portal. Nobody comes and poaches, Zable to come play at TCU. That program is, I don't want to say underrated, but it's underrated as how well they keep their kids. We already know it's free agency going on.
I mean, they're gonna have a first round pick next year too. Not at offensive line either.
Where?
Wide receiver.
The Bryce, the brother
Bryce Lance.
Oh boy, that
light
skin have a cold. Now I don't know about first round though. I don't know about first round.
They have a rank. They have a ranked in the top 30 prospects for next year already. You can ask Coach. You can ask Coach in person. He's got it. Got the size, everything. The kid's got like first round NFL potential.
He's cold. Nah, he got it. Nah, he got it. Watching him in that game, I was like, oh, this kid is different.
So if they get another first round pick next year at wide receiver, man, you looking at, they had a quarterback go first round, multiple offensive linemen, a wide receiver now. It's like, man, what can this program not develop?
What can they not develop? But again, it's the mixture of the winning, right? It's the mixture of the winning. It's the mixture of the competition they go against, them playing the Colorados and taking them to to the fourth quarter, last drive. Yep. Like it's all of those type. So the program is legit. So it doesn't scare a GM when he says, "Hey, I want to go get this old lineman from North Dakota State." He's like that, and you can show recent history of them developing guys, right? So it's different. It's different.
I'm kind of hoping for them that they also get Cam Miller taken in the 7th round. Someone just picks him up late, because that would be a big draft pick just for the FCS as a whole. Because I think it was big for Zable to go first round just for the number, right? Because I think coming into the process, we were only expecting 8 guys, maybe 6 to 8. And now with Zable going so high, you got some of these fringe guys in the later part of the round. If we can just get someone to take them in the 7th round, we can make a push, I think, to 15 plus, depending on who gets the waiver taken. Also, I think Rob McDaniel is the key to that too.
I think now, like I said on the other show, I think now the kid from A&M, I think he's definitely going to get his name called, just because I felt this domino had to go early when we're talking offensive line. So now I think, this kid goes, which is going to be big for FCS and HBCU.
This is just to kind of let y'all know, Zable is now the highest drafted offensive lineman in FCS history.
Oh, wow, that's dope. That's dope.
Because the kid from Alabama State went 29.
So I got the list here. Let me see. The kid from Alabama State went 23rd for the Texans. The kid from Northern Iowa, the bust that went to the Saints, Penning, went 19th as an offensive lineman. I want to say Alcorn's kid had the record, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, or no. Jackson State, Lester Holmes at 93 went pick 19. Now, I thought Alcorn had Alcorn had a D lineman that went super early the next year. John Thierry went 11th.
Went first round.
Yeah, he went 11th. I thought he was O-line for some reason. So that is kind of funny. They actually broke the FCS record, which was set by Jackson State's Lester Holmes, and beat it by a pick. 1 pick. That's crazy.
Dog, they had this Bama Shedeur going.
A GD conspiracy, I tell you.
Shout out to Kevin, man. Hey, shout out to Alex. Alex's lemonade stand, man. Huge shout. And yeah, first round pick, man, from Alex's lemonade stand. Appreciate all y'all do, man. Raising money. We did what we could. I got to get it set up, Kevin. I was the one that bid on the David Walker helmet, man. I just got to get it hung up in the background. So we got that in here. For they're showing Shedeur now. You could tell it's
no. They hurt. They got everybody. Wallow, Gilly. They on it quiet. Hush mouth. He might go in the second round, like I've been saying for the past 2 years.
That is crazy.
Again, and I want people to understand, it's not any hate towards Shedeur. He doesn't have an elite trait that makes him a top 10 pick.
Yeah. Scotty, we talked about it when he was at Jackson, and everyone, I understand it. Everyone was calling it hate and everything, but I think that I think he could still be a good NFL quarterback, man, but I just think everyone overlooked the issues. But then now everyone was blowing it up, saying that they were trying to tank his draft stock and all this. It's like, man, all of us, Coach, you coached against him. We've all kind of pointed out the negatives to his game, and everyone just kind of ignored it forever just because of the name on the back of the jersey. If you change his name to Jackson Dart, people will be ripping him the same way.
Easily. Because people are scared of criticizing a Sanders because of what Dion might say and how he might respond in the media and things like that. But if you watch the tape, is there any question that the kid is an accurate quarterback? Yes. But see, what bothers me is it's the holding of the ball so you don't throw. It's the sacks so you don't throw interceptions, right? It's the sacks. It's not because the balls you should have thrown away. Oh, I don't want to mess up my completion percentage. When I was talking to an NFL scout, and they told me that when you throw the ball away, it messes up your completion percentage. I didn't know that. I was like, really? They said, yeah, that counts as a pass, and it messes. So he said, so you can see that he's stat padding for completion percentage because he doesn't want to let the ball go. He doesn't want to throw a ball away when he knows he should. right? He's always trying to make a play or he takes the sack. So it's little things like that that you have to be cognizant of, because it's like that is a hindrance. And listen, I remember a coach in the SWAC sent me over his hot zone for his sophomore year. Dog, nothing was over 7 yards. It was it literally was like 5 to 10 yards, all red, just hot. And then you will have the little spots and pockets or whatever. So again, and it's no different than, and this is, and I'm gonna say this, and again, it's not any hate, because I love the work that Shedeur has put in to be in this moment, right? Like, he deserves to be drafted. I don't think there's a Bronny situation where it's like, are you really like a top, 32 pick or whatever? But hey, whatever. But Shedeur deserves to be drafted. First, second round, third round, he deserves to be drafted. My issue has always been, I would have loved to see him at FAU. Just as seeing what he could have done by himself. Are we still talking about him if he's a freshman at FAU? And I
Probably
say
not.
That's fair. That's fair.
I like that pick for the Bucks, by the way.
Oh yeah, I do too, because Mike Evans is on the decline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need a secondary guy. But man, listen, again, I think if he falls to the Steelers, no matter how you might, he might have a chip on his shoulder, should have been top 5. Listen, bro, you're in a great organization, in a great situation with probably top 20 receivers, George Pickens and DK Metcalf. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. You got a solid running back. They add a tight end to that situation. Man, it could get really nasty. And the Steelers gonna have a defense. That's just the Steelers mindset. So to me, he goes back to freshman Jackson State Shedeur, and hey, bro, just don't turn the ball over.
And also too, he goes to arguably, in my opinion, just now, Andy Reid's the best coach, just from what he's done, but Tomlin's like easily top 2 coach in the NFL. One of the best in history. I mean, bro, there's a reason he's never how many straight 500 seasons has he had? Is it like 4?
Never had a losing season.
Come on, man. Like, that's the best system for him to get it. Now, they do have to reel Pickens in, because like he's one of those, like, and I do think, I'll say this, I think Shedeur could be good for him, for a Pickens.
Why do you say that?
Because I think Shedeur could reel him in a little bit.
Go ahead,
If Mike Tomlin can't,
I would-
That's fair. I'll give you that. That is completely fair.
But I think this spot is the best for Shedeur's camp, because Tomlin's not gonna tolerate that in his facility. You know what I mean? Antonio Brown got sent down the way, if you remember, because he went live in the locker room when he was told not to. So I think this puts Shedeur in a great position to where he can just concentrate on getting better at his craft, and not all the outside antics and everything that comes along with him. Not necessarily him, but with him.
I think, LeBron says this all the time. He says, he tells all the rookies, keep the main thing, right? Why the reason you got there is because you play basketball. Keep the main thing. And I think for Shedeur, you walk into a Steelers situation where you can just focus on football. It ain't about legendary and all, because you haven't done anything, and you're walking into a room with grown men. Your dad has no say in here. Your last name means nothing other than we expect you to do something great because you're a Sanders. And if you don't, what's all the legendary stuff for, my guy? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised, because listen, it's not always a situation where it's a need, it's the best talent. And out of these guys, the best talent is not Shedeur. If we're talking talent, you know what I'm saying? So if the Steelers have a chance to get a Will Johnson or a Matthew Golden, and they feel they can manage with the quarterback, I don't even know who the quarterback is at the Steelers. Is it still Kenny Pickett?
No, it's is it Pickett? No, they just signed Russell, right?
No, Russell went to
New York,
the Giants. Yeah, the Giants.
So it is Pickett?
Yeah, Pickett's the only one.
Oh God, you got to draft a quarterback here. Then.
But like I said, maybe I come back around and get Jackson Martin.
if I ever see any one of y'all with one of those hats on, I don't know if we could be friends again.
Dog, Matthew, listen, Matthew, I feel for you, my boy. You should have been a Cowboy.
Bro, they should get him right here is what they should do.
Oh, the Broncos with a Matthew Golden?
Yes.
For Bo Nix? Oh, that would be tough.
That's the pick here, or should be. Because where else would you go if you're the Broncos? I'm trying to think because it's too high for a running back still.
Oh, tackle.
Who's still on the board here? Let's see. God, I don't really like any of the tackles right here. I mean, unless they reach for was it Connolly out of Oregon? I think it should be wide receiver, just personally.
Hey, let's do it right now before the Steelers come up. Shedeur a lock or a shot pick with the Steelers? Is he locked or is it going to be a shot? Talk to me, chat.
I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot. I think if you had a choice between Jackson and Shedeur, I think if I'm the Steelers, I get the brand of Shedeur. Plus, he's a solid guy. I think, and you need a quarterback. You got Kenny Pickett. I think it's a lot for him at the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think
because you can't go into next season with Kenny Pickett. You cannot.
Can't. Oh, there go Barron, gone. Matthew Golden still on the board. Him to the Rams would be nasty.
Yes, that would be insane.
Him to the Rams would be really good, really, really good.
I like that. I don't mind that pick for Denver though either, because you pair him up with Surtain now.
Ooh, that's that. Damn, who don't he got? Jesus, can you see how many people he got in his draft party?
Right.
Oh, I like the shirt he got on with his mom though. That's pretty tough. I ain't gonna hold you. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, bro. Someone leaked the invite for sure. There ain't no way he knows that many people for that draft party.
Jesus Christ.
I'd be overwhelmed.
Here we go.
We'll see how long it takes to get this pick in. That'll tell me everything. But I'm saying
it should be immediate.
I'm saying that if it's not done within the first 2 minutes, they got to be going somewhere else or taking a call.
Kevin, I'll say this. Now, I do think that comes with it, but if there's a coach who has enough, I would say pull, to stop it, and that Deion's going to respect is Tomlin.
Hey, coach, this pick is taking quite a while.
Plot twist that they trade back. They're like, I'm good.
But for all the reasons you just said, though, Scotty, now we're looking at best available. We got to get Watt some help. Our secondary is decent, but we could always get better there. And do we try to find that tight end? Who's the best tight end left? You know,
there's not another tight end I think I would take in the first round.
Now, do we take the DB out of Michigan? I mean, I hope they don't, because then he stays around for the Commanders, but do they try to get better there?
Hey, Coach, pick is taking quite a while, Coach. This pick is taking quite a while.
It's a telethon going on in there. Come on, Chad, is it him? Is it a lock to be him, or is it a shot because it's another pick?
Here we go. Pick is in.
Oh, it's got to be because Bucky's over there recording and got to be the pick.
See, y'all have a different TV view than what I have here. We got a basketball game going on, we got a hockey game going on, and the draft.
It definitely ain't Jackson because that Bama ain't got a phone or nothing.
Oh, that is a good point, Paris. I didn't think about that. Pick 21, just like keeping the family. Pick 21 is going to be forever.
It's too ironic if that happens.
But they show Jackson Dart. He's not even locked in.
Yeah. Here we go, dog. If they don't pick Shedeur here, I'm about to go crazy. I'm like, is he really gonna go in the second round?
I'm just trying to like hide my face here because someone had like a source on Twitter and said who it was, and I'm just interested to see if it's right.
I said shock. Y'all said lock. Here we go.
Bro, I only said lock because there's like no way they passed up Shedeur, right?
I want to hear it. I want to hear it for myself.
He said I got. Oh my
Why y'all
God,
acting all nervous, man? Y'all tripping.
that's crazy.
Oh!
That's crazy.
That nigga going second round. That nigga going second round. Oh my God.
I definitely
Oh
gotta
my
go play the
God.
lottery. I definitely gotta
Hey,
go play
you
the
gotta
lottery.
go, Coach.
Listen, get the numbers. Get the numbers right now. Yo.
That's insane. A defensive tackle?
Let me tell y'all what the headlines got them out to be now. There was collusion.
Collusion's crazy.
I just thought I'd use that word.
Got the SAT words out here.
There was a coalition. There was some facts that was leaked to tank this. Oh man, because they got to come back and do it all again tomorrow.
Bro, that Bucky stream
The
is about to hit.
narrative is about to go crazy because you saw how he attacked Emmanuel Acho, huh?
Yeah, that was crazy.
I didn't see that. I must have missed that.
Oh, he went at Acho because Acho said that Jackson Dart had caught him in the process, and he was just like, "Shut your so-and-so up," and blah blah blah. Like, now I was blind, now I see, and was like going at him like he was stabbing him in the back or something. He was like crazy.
Bro, I did see where a bunch of like former teammates and stuff like that. There was, I forgot the reporter's name. He tweeted out today that his sources said that Shedeur wasn't going tonight. And like guys like Isaiah Bolden and all these guys were calling him a lame and saying that he was trying to tank his stock and calling him out. And now that guy looks like a genius. Saying he was a hater for putting it out there.
The blowback is crazy, and I think Scotty touched on it earlier. A lot of people wanted to say this, that, and the third about it, but they didn't want that blowback like Emmanuel got, you know what I mean? Because they come at you so hard, as my boy JB says,
bro.
the prime sexuals.
I just got on social media. It is in shambles right now.
Dog.
Bro,
and I'm loving it. Every minute of it.
Freezing Cold Takes have already found Coach Prime's tweet where he said he'll be a top 5 pick. Where's your son going? I got time today. It's already community noted on Twitter that said Shedeur Sanders was not a top 5 pick.
I got time today. I like that. I like the pettiness in that. And he saved that just for this moment.
Bro,
his tweets tomorrow? No, his tweets tonight if his first round ends the way we think it's going to end. San Diego ain't taking a quarterback. The Commanders ain't taking a quarterback. The Chiefs aren't taking a quarterback. I mean, Andy Reid has a soft heart, but that ain't happening.
Bro, that would be the nastiest thing of all time if the Chiefs just drafted him and was like, bro, we're just going to sit you behind Mahomes. I mean, because come on, man. So there was a tweet that said the team that is trying to trade back into the first round is the Giants.
Who they draft first? They draft Abdul? Which wouldn't be. Listen, at the end of the day,
who did they have as a starter next year?
It's either Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston.
They got Russell and Jameis. I mean, like, if you're Shedeur, do you want to be in that crowded room? I mean, they probably both got 1-2 year deals. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to be there that long. But that's just too much. You know what I'm saying? Russell and Jameis, like, and then maybe you can learn, sit behind them. But this is my thing, and this is what I was telling people who kept telling me I was crazy or whatever. When you look at Jalen Hurts' career, He didn't have a better career than Jalen Hurts. He didn't have a better career than Dak Prescott, right? Like, you got to look at some of these guys that went second and third rounds. I mean, Dak Prescott had Mississippi State ranked number 1 in the country at Mississippi State. Jalen Hurts, wherever he's been, he's won. Like, and you got these guys going in second and third round. Russell Wilson's career at Wisconsin was better than Shedeur. Like, I just didn't understand all the hype and the hoopla with no team award. Like, no team award. Like, to me, that's where you fall in the Mitchell Trubisky and Daniel Jones era. Because, no, for real.
Not Mitchell.
Yeah, you fall into the Mitchell Trubisky and Daniel Jones because you just, the physical tools. But let's break it down. Outside of Mitchell Trubisky, because that was just crazy. Daniel Jones is a better athlete than Shedeur.
Somebody said he had Jackson State ranked number 1.
Listen,
Call me crazy. If he stays at Jackson State and puts up a gazillion yards, he has a better situation. And here's why. Because now you have that secret of, okay, this was FCS. This is a Steve McNair, God rest his soul. This is his type of deal. Now you go to Colorado and you really don't do it. And the flaws that we thought could be coached out of you hadn't been coached out of you. Now, okay, what are we doing? That's not a franchise quarterback to us. And that's what they're saying.
Listen. Bucky on Twitter talking about I love it, we love it, whatever. Listen, bro. At the end of the day,
he don't need money.
At the end of the day, you are what the tape says you are. And that's really what it's scout. You are what the tape says you are.
Chargers trading this pick. I'd be surprised if they don't.
It's gonna be where the Giants come in and try to get a quarterback. I don't like I'll say this because I think the Giants would be a terrible situation for Shedeur. And Scotty, you mentioned the one reason, right? The crowded room. The Giants
O-line is trash.
That's what I'm saying.
Now,
and you got Neighbors, but no other weapons.
None.
You got Malik Neighbors. That's it.
And the running back situation it's not the best, but it ain't bad. It's a 4th or 5th round guy back there. I can't remember his name right now, but
yeah,
he was Tracy something. I think it's Tracy something. But again, see, and that goes back to what Coach said. There's no ceiling. There's no stopping the frenzy that comes into New York with Shedeur, right? Because there's no cachet coach, right? Like Dion he's pulling strings in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of that, and it won't be about football. It will be a lot of distractions because if Russell plays bad, if Jameis plays bad, Coach, what they're gonna be crying for?
Exactly, and you're not punking the media in New York.
They got to be trading this pick. Like, have they not announced that they're trading it? They're just going to let the clock expire?
Here we go.
For Kevin's petty in the chat, he says Shedeur's patting that ball all night till tomorrow. Oh no, they made the pick.
Maybe they drafted him to work a trade with somebody else. I don't know. But this tells me that Kevin may be right.
Everyone's talking because I got it muted, so I can't really hear it. But they said Mel Kiper's going crazy right now about Shedeur,
saying he should have been picked already.
Yeah, like going like all. Someone tweeted like it's safe to say Mel Kiper really likes Shedeur Sanders.
I said and Blue, we've had the same ceiling on him. Geno Smith, Teddy Bridgewater. Those were the ceilings that we gave Shedeur Sanders. Like, he's a Geno Smith, and I don't even think he's as talented as Geno at West Virginia.
Oh wow, what a pick! I haven't announced it yet, but that's a crazy pick. Oh, Marion Hampton.
Oh, wow.
So people are texting me like I'm Shedor's agent. I'm like, what are y'all texting me for?
I'm not mad at that pick. You know why? Because of who the head coach is.
Jim Harbaugh.
You know that Bama gonna run the rock because I gotta protect Justin Herbert from himself.
And they have to replace the running back, Austin Eckler, that went to Washington last year.
I forgot they lost him a year ago.
And you
Or
need
it might come.
you need a home run hitter. Now, I don't know how Amari Hampton is in between the tackles, and that's usually where Jim likes to be at, in between those tackles. But you need a home run hitter. But Blue, I haven't seen much of Amari Hampton. I've seen a couple highlight tapes or whatever. Is he an every down back?
Yeah, I think he can be. I'll be honest. Just based on film alone, I think he's going to be a better running back in the NFL than Ashton is. But that's just me.
Okay. I really thought that he would go DB to put somebody back there with Durham and an old boy on the corner. But like you said, I don't really hate this because it helps Justin Herbert.
There's no chance, Reese. I know you love your guy Vincent. No chance an HBCU player gets drafted before Shedeur. He would have to fall to
tomorrow.
Yeah, he'd have to fall to like day 3, and that's just there's no chance that's happening. No chance. My whole social media is literally just people being pissed.
They're not doing this kid any justice with this highlight tape they put together because he hadn't broke off one home run, Scotty.
All his highlights are just running over people.
That's what I'm saying. And then I would have lost money because I would have never said there would have been 2 running backs taken in the first round.
To be fair, there was a lot of people who thought they were going to be 2 in the top 15. They thought the Raiders and the Cowboys were both going to take running backs at one point. That's what all the mock drafts were saying. I will say I don't like some of the teams saying they're going to tank for Arch next year because I don't know how y'all feel. Just to kind of preview ahead, I don't think Arch is coming out next year.
Arch doesn't have to, and I think Arch still has some developing to do because after that 1 year, did we really see Arch throw the football?
No.
Or did we see him in a gimmick type deal? You know what I mean? So this year, I think will be the deal to where if he just lights it up and puts up his uncle numbers, then maybe. But I don't see that in him just yet.
Is yours in this draft?
Yes.
Yeah, he came out. He should have went back and got that NIL money.
He should have transferred to Georgia. For real. That's what he
should have pulled a Carson Beck.
Hey,
just go get that bad for 1 year.
Because that Ohio State game was not it. Jesus, it's not the way to go out. This is my Archie. I love his athleticism. I love it. Like, he reminds me of like young, like a Steve Youngish. He reminds me like of a young Steve Young, just with his athleticism. But I'm not seeing it with the arm. I mean, he's talented. His arm is it's okay. I'm not seeing special. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how Sarkisian gets it going, gets it rolling with him, and how he gets it. Man, this is funny, boy.
Well, there's some meltdowns right now.
Dog, this is fun. I gotta go back to my mentions. I gotta go back to my mentions.
Oh, you probably got some crazy ones from earlier this year.
I gotta go digging deep.
Green Bay trade this?
Schefter, I think it was Schefter that tweeted out that said someone's trying to trade up because everyone's getting trade calls. Calvin, this is I would set. I got to look at their schedule, but I would set the over under at like 6.5 ish. Would be like where we're like that would be my over under set. That's probably because me and Coach are going to do an over under show later after the transfer portal closes. But I would say 6.5 just off the top of my head would be where I would set the over under for like a betting line. Oh, the Steelers must really think they have a shot at Rodgers too. By the way, like to sign him
Mm-hmm.
for not taking a quarterback. That's the
Yes.
only reason they would have passed.
If in these last couple picks nobody trades, he's first pick tomorrow. All is well, and then the commercials start out with the doubting. You hated on me. All of
All
that
the
takes
tweets.
off.
All the tweets, right?
Oh, ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
That's fair. But I mean, technically, we're not wrong because you weren't a first round pick. That's really what it says. We weren't wrong because you're not a first round pick. And to me, what is in Blue and Coach, please touch on this. How much the scouts think Cam Ward is just better than everybody else that played quarterback this year. That's what this draft is telling me. For Cam to be first and no other quarterback could be taken in the first round, to me, what draft has that ever happened?
I'm trying to think like the last time there was like such a difference.
A long time ago.
Bro, because
A long
even
time
all the recent drafts, like
It's
So-
always at least 2 or 3 quarterbacks to go off the board.
Mitchell
was the-
Trubisky's draft. I mean, you brought him up earlier. He went ahead of what?
And Deshaun.
Yeah. Who was the second quarterback taken after Newton? What was the distance? Because number 2 was Von Miller.
I thought it was the dude from
Was that the
LSU.
2010?
Was
Let's
it
see, the 2010 NFL draft. Is that I think that's the year. Let's see.
Hey, but it's kind of like we talked on the show yesterday, Blue. I don't know if you heard it, Scotty. We had Saxon Say on there. If you're invited to the combine, you've got to put on in front of those people. Never mind your personal pro day. You've got to compete. You've got to put on in front of those people. If there's any question marks about you, you can't just show up and do interviews. And I think the way that he did that, I really think that showed up in a lot of things that's going on now.
So after Newton, the next quarterback that was Jake Locker at 8. So there's only seven picks.
Yeah, to the Titans, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have Blaine Gabbert at 10. So and then Christian Ponder at 12. So you had a run of quarterbacks there. So I don't think there's ever been a gap.
They were all ass too. You know what I'm saying? So think
Yeah.
about that. They were ass. And you're talking about Cam at number 1 and maybe not another quarterback taken in the first round. That is preposterous.
Because the next best quarterback in that draft was Andy Dalton and Kaepernick, who went early second.
And Christian Ponder, and I'm a Florida State guy, nobody saw that coming from the Vikings.
So again, right? Like I think this might go down as one of the worst quarterback drive just off the premise. Like not 10 years now and be like, oh yeah, Shedeur was a 2-time All-Star, Pro Bowler, and Cam. I'm just talking about right here, right now, probably the worst separation of just talent at the position.
So the last time this happened, this much separation, was actually 2022, and they were all bad. Kenny Pickett went first round, and there was not another quarterback selected till the 3rd round. It was Desmond Ridder. And that the best quarterback in that class was Brock Purdy, who went last.
Cincinnati and Mr. Irrelevant.
I'm looking here. Because outside of that, I mean, there's been multiple first-round quarterbacks taken in every single draft, pretty much.
And again, and I'm gonna say this, and people, because people said, and I said this last, I said if Shedeur would have came out last year, he would have been a 3rd-round pick. If he comes out with Jaden, Caleb, the Bama from the Falcons, all those guys, he's probably a late 2nd rounder, mid 2nd round, or an early 3rd round pick. That's what you're dealing with. So to me, to come back another year and they still don't consider you to be a 1st round pick, even after a bowl season, a bowl bid, I think that says a lot about what they see on tape and what you're not.
I found it. The last time there was a number 1 overall pick with not another quarterback in the 1st round was 2001. Michael Vick went number 1 overall, and Drew Brees was the 1st pick of the 2nd round.
That's not a bad comp of a draft, because Drew Brees.
The funny part is it happened the year before too. Chad Pennington went in the 1st round, and there was not another quarterback selected till the 3rd round. And it was Giovanni Carmazzi out of Hofstra.
And up in New York. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But remember, Drew Brees, the only question mark on Drew was he was 5'10".
Yeah. And in that draft too, that was the Brady draft that happened as well. So Tom Brady went in the 6th round that year behind Chad Pennington.
Those Shedeur fans be like, well, that's a great. I mean, we're just repeating history 24 years later. That's all we're doing.
Let's see. Who do the Packers get here? Matthew Golden.
That is a great
the
pick.
Packers.
That
Scotty's about to crash out.
Is loaded. That receiver room is loaded. That receiver room.
Such a great pick for them.
Amazing
pick. That receiver room is about to be stupid.
And they all do the same thing.
That's what's crazy. They all do the same. They all have yak. They're all great catch and run guys. That is so crazy. Jeez.
My bad, Kevin. I butchered the name. I knew I should have just said the kid from Hofstra. I should have. That's what I mean. Because they got Christian Watson now.
If he can stay healthy,
Golden.
If he can stay healthy, and you add this kid to that room, I can go play quarterback.
Bro, that's insane. And they got some good tight ends too, because they got the kid from South Dakota State at tight end, Tucker Kraft, who was balling.
And they got Josh Jacobs, and oh my God.
What? Because now you got because Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Tucker Kraft, Josh Jacobs.
You gotta get Golden because Christian is always hurt. So you put Christian on ice, let him do his hamstrings for 20 more years or whatever. So now you got, like you said, you got the Reed, you got go stupid, you laughing. You got Golden, you got Reed, you got the other kid, you got Josh, you got Tucker. Oh my God, that is so loaded.
Or Love is, Aaron Rodgers is probably pissed, right? Do you know how many years that he was waiting for a wide receiver core like this, and he leaves? And look at Jordan Love sitting around. He has too many wide receivers to throw to now.
Bro, I love his suit. I just don't like the fact that he went double-breasted. Leave that to your uncle.
To your uncle.
Single-breasted suit, man. Get away from the double-breasted suits, guys. I don't know who told y'all that. Get away from those.
Coach, you need to do a best and worst dress. That's what you need to do.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you need to do one. But my thing is this and you got see, this is a part where I tell people all the time. It's a different. Is he talking on the mic?
Oh, they're in Green Bay, so he's probably talking to the fans there. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I said the same thing at first. I was like, "Who's he talking to?"
I was like, "You talking on the mic? Like, what the hell?" You know, I'm like, nobody does that, but I get it. They at Green Bay. This is my thing, right? Because I tell people all the time, and I said it when Willie Simmons. I said it's a difference between having players and having a play caller. You can have all the players you want, but if you ain't got a play caller, that shit's That shit's out the window. You're just asking players to try to make great plays. And I think the thing with Green Bay is you have a great play caller as your head coach, and he can get it. He can get these guys in great situations and put them in situations to be successful. So, oh yeah, that room is gonna be stupid. Jordan Love is. I know Jordan Love is like this.
Matt LaFleur is like that. Now he got some stuff to play with, and like you said, they've got a running game, and Christian Watson goes down, that's okay. We still got 4 more we can roll out there. Defensively, now if they can just get some stops, Packers are going to be they're going to be trouble, man.
Yeah. I mean, they might be the favorite in that division because I still don't think the Vikings are going to be as good as they were last year.
Listen, I lost to the Packers that year when they had that whole young core and everybody just knew Dallas. Oh my God, we got ran out the gym at the crib. I'm like, bro.
Oh yeah, a backup quarterback can be successful in Green Bay with these guys, and a running game. Oh come on,
they would have got way more than 1 Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers if they would have had this talent.
Come on, man. For years,
there were years where it was just what. Yeah, that was
Nelson.
it. That's all they had was Jordy at one time, and then it was just Devontae.
That was it. Randall Cobb a little bit, but he was injury prone at the time.
I'm curious to see what Minnesota does here. Your guy Johnson might go here, Coach, because I know they need a corner, so they might finally take him.
Let's not put that in the atmosphere, Blue.
Boy, they got Bucky dropping scriptures on Twitter. You prepare a table before me in presence of my enemies. That's it, boy. Dog, you was just clowning. Boy, stop. Boy, stop.
Yes, Milrose did declare, and I think he's in Green Bay.
Who is?
Jalen Milrose.
Why did he go? Bro, if I'm not a first-round pick, I don't want to be sitting out there.
Hell no. I'm at my house on the couch. Okay. Comfy.
Yeah, I got to be a first-round lock to be there. Like really and truly, I might have to be top 10.
Bruh.
Donovan Jackson. Okay, that's a pick.
They said Matthew Golden going to Green Bay is the first time they selected a wide receiver in the first round since 2002.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I get Aaron Rodgers' frustration there. I'd be pissed too. Let's see, Giants just traded up. This got to be Shedeur.
Oh, absolutely.
If this is not him,
bro, if they traded up, if they trade up and draft Jackson Dart, they're gonna have to shut down social media tonight. It's good. Like Elon's got to hit the off button 24 hours.
We'll see how quick this pick comes in, but it's got to be him. Throwing the ball out in New York with Malik Neighbors. I'm saying lock.
Does anybody not remember Tim Tebow? This is right up that Tim Tebow alleyway when Denver had those 2 picks. They had the top pick, and then they traded back in to get that first round pick, and then they got him. Does anybody remember that?
So this is what the Giants just traded. They got 25. They sent pick 34. Pick 99 and a 2026 third round pick.
Damn.
Bro, they sent a bag for this pick.
Here we go. Here we go. If it's Jackson Dart.
Bro, they're both standing up too. I'm actually kind of nervous now.
It can't be Jackson. It can't.
It's Jackson Dart. Because they say they don't believe in black quarterbacks in New York. Blue, you're lying.
It's Jackson Dart. It's Jackson Dart.
So I'm behind y'all. Are y'all serious?
No, I looked on Twitter. I didn't need to. I refreshed it, and they just said Jackson Dart.
Oh, they trolling.
Oh my God.
The pick ticker is still going on here.
No, Coach. This was on. This is on Twitter. Like nothing's on TV yet. Oh my God, there ain't no way, bro. On 3 just tweeted it. It is Jackson Dart.
Not till I see it. Not till I see it. Not till I see it. I can't see it. Not till I see it.
Oh,
Oh my God! Oh, I love me. I love
bro,
me.
I got to get Banks' address immediately. I told him.
Not that I don't believe y'all, but I haven't seen it come up on the television here. So yeah, I'm not believing him until I hear the commissioner call his name.
Bro, there ain't no. Bruh. Paris, I usually don't spoil picks. I couldn't hold it in on that one. I apologize. Bro, I cannot believe they just sent all that for Jackson Dart. There ain't no way.
What question did you have, Ms. Hay?
Yeah, what was the question, Miss Faye? Send it back in the chat, or let me
Oh, I'm
see.
sorry. Let me turn my TV on. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, man.
Again, I haven't seen it, so I can't agree, can't disagree.
Coach, you said, bro, there ain't no way.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And again, if they saw it on tape, they saw it on tape.
I love Jackson Dart. I love Jackson Dart, and
He was my QB3. We talked about it, Scotty, when I was at the Senior Bowl. He was my QB3.
I had him as QB too. Because again, I just love his moxie. I love that mindset of I'm gonna throw it, and I think Brian Daboll loves that type of guy because he wants guys to throw it. That's just my.
The rest of the teams left in the first round all have solidified starters.
Yeah. So the only team, Miss Faye, that without a trade happening, right? This is barring a trade. The only team that could take him left on the board is the Rams as a potential replacement for Stafford. After that, you got the Ravens with Lamar, the Lions with Goff, the Commanders with Jaden Daniels, the Bills with Josh Allen, the Chiefs with Mahomes, and the Eagles with Hurts. So there's no chance unless another trade happens. Oh my God, the Falcons just traded for the 26th pick.
There's no way they take. It's no way they take Shedeur.
Yeah, so Shedeur's gone. Like Shedeur's second round unless someone trades up. Who are the Falcons coming to get?
They're about to take my DB.
Will?
Yeah, Will Johnson. That would make sense. Or someone said the Falcons are going to draft Shedeur to compete with Michael Penix.
If the Falcons did this, they're just playing in our face, as the kids say. Okay, so they're laughing about it right now. Jackson Dart, Desmond. Okay, here we go. They are playing in our face right now. Okay, the lounge is going crazy now.
Yeah, I bet.
Whose house is that?
Bro, they had to rent out of space. That's in a hotel or something. Got to be in a hotel or something. There ain't no way that's his house. Anyway, the Saints trade back in. I don't think the Saints have draft capital though to trade back in. That's the problem.
Oh, second rounder. Second rounder. And he might even go to Cleveland. Oh, man. Okay, so let's look forward. He's in the second round now. Who's coming to get him in the second round?
All right,
Still in the back.
Who has the first
let me
pick in
pull
the
up the
first, second
picks.
round?
So here are the first like 10 picks in the second round. You got Cleveland.
Say no more.
Yeah, I think that's the pick. Cleveland at 33.
But go ahead, finish your thing.
I'm about to say, but let's just say he gets past Cleveland, right? You got the Texans who aren't going to take a quarterback. You got the Titans who aren't going to take a quarterback. You got the Browns again. So I think it's one of the two Browns picks. Yeah. But then if let's say he drops past there, you got the Raiders at the 5th pick of the second round.
That's a possibility.
The Patriots at the 6th pick, not happening. The Bears, not happening. The Saints have the 8th pick, which potentially, right?
Yeah.
You get the Bears again, and then you get the Jets at 10.
I was hoping that the Jacksonville Jaguars would be up a little higher because I would have loved to see the pairing of him and Travis in the NFL.
Jags don't have a second round pick.
That's a tough one. Because they had to trade it away to Cleveland. They traded away to Cleveland to get Travis. Yeah, I think it's Cleveland. I think, and the situation with that is that's not where you want to be. That is quarterback.
That's the worst spot.
That is quarterback purgatory. And I was telling somebody,
Lamar.
And I was telling somebody, I said, it's funny that he would come up to Cleveland. I'm in Ohio.
Oh.
Just saying.
Bro, winding up in Cleveland as a second round pick, losing all that money from the I know we don't need it, but losing all that money from the first to second round. Yeah, and that's true, Mr. Campbell.
Cleveland has too many holes.
Yeah, and also too, yeah, the Jags wouldn't do that to Trevor Lawrence. They just paid him what, like $160 million or something like that.
Eli placed the call.
Bro, this phase, that's going to be the narrative. It's literally going to be pictures of Lamar Jackson everywhere.
Not Lamar Jackson.
He's not Lamar.
It's not Lamar Jackson. Like, I think people really don't understand that. See, this is the stuff I can't stand. Like, people don't take into account Lamar Jackson's career. Like, he is a Heisman Trophy winner. He threw for 3,000 yards, ran for 1,000 yards, had over 50 combined touchdowns for his Heisman championship year, and he played with Bobby Petrino. And most people say he has one of the most complicated offenses in college football. Go ahead.
Bro, do y'all want to hear this trade from the Falcons to just get to 26?
What happened?
I just saw they lost.
Yeah, they traded pick 46, 242, and a 2026 first round pick.
A 2026 first rounder? Who the hell are they about to go pick?
Bro, and they got pick 26 and 101 back.
Jesus.
A 2026 first rounder is crazy to move back into this spot.
They're coming to get my guy.
James, what? Pierce James Jr.?
That's the kid from Tennessee, the edge rusher.
That's the guy who's like a freaking like people talk about his his ability. Okay.
No production though. Just it's the intangibles.
Oh, like come on, bro. Like you could have took that Bama in the second round.
Yeah, I don't like that pick.
To give up a first round, he looked fat. He looked fat in his suit.
Man, that is a lot to give up
for him.
Man, 2 years in a row, the Falcons have done it.
Oh, is he even like who's still on the edge board? That's what I'm because I want to say the kid from Boston College is still there. Yeah, bro, you still got the kid from Marshall too
Oh, that yeah,
sitting
yeah.
there. I like him
That kid
way
from
more than
Marshall is
Pierce.
a dude. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't
that's
I don't
tough.
like this at all. But I know but if you remember, last year, Falcons fans were really upset that they didn't take the first round of Will Anderson.
Yes,
They were hot. Hot. They didn't take Will Anderson. And they took and I told my friend who was a Falcons fan, I said, bro, you're gonna need that quarterback before you're gonna need Will Anderson, and look at what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just
Kevin, I don't know, man.
it's a lot. Next year's first to get back to 2, to get back in the first round. That's crazy work. That's who made the trade with him.
Damn, who they just trade with?
They got it.
Houston. No, wait, no, that's the Houston trade. Hang on, that was the Giants traded with Houston. Let's see, who did they just trade with? I'm blanking on the damn trade now.
The Ravens are
The Rams. So the
Rams.
Rams got another first round pick next year.
Coach, what I just say? I said the Rams haven't picked a first round pick in like the last 5 years. They do not care about first round picks. They do not care at all.
That picture said a lot without saying a whole bunch. When they cut to Colorado and he's in there and everybody's dapping him up, that spoke volumes.
Dog, that man got Wallow and Gilly in there looking crazy.
With that big stupid ass hat on.
Oh man. Just imagine if he was at the green. Oh my god, if he was in the green room.
Oh, the green room footage would be insane, bro. They would have a Shedeur cam like in the bottom, like a little split screen.
They'd be like this on the whole
the
whole night.
Nah, he would already left.
Oh yeah, walked out. I could see that.
This is better than a movie. This is priceless right here.
I hate it for the kid, but chat, y'all tell me if y'all agree. I think they kind of brought all this on themselves. The humiliation, or however you want to put it, and they're going to say they're not, but I think they kind of brought it on themselves. And I am a Dion guy, I am a prime guy, but when you bring all this attention and light, you better know for sure where you're going.
And again, you're not your dad. You're not the best athlete on the field. You have never been the best athlete on the field. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're not in the position to where like I'm that guy. And I'm gonna say this about Cam Ward, and this is why I was so high on Cam Ward. Cam Ward has gone to every team and has established himself as a leader, has had to learn a different playbook, and had to pick it up and execute at a high level. That's
immediately.
Immediately. To me, the Washington State, because I know his offensive coordinator went to Washington State, right? That's why he went. He followed him there.
So his head coach was the OC at Washington State.
Yeah. So his head coach was it, so he followed him, and I got that. So that's but the real test was him going from Washington to Miami and really putting on for Miami and really changing that program around in that 1 year, establishing himself as a leader, learning the playbook, being successful. That to me is a kid that just has it, man. And he understands what putting the work in. When you start from where he started from to end up to where he's at, there is all he knows is work. And I'm not saying Shedeur has been given everything, but I will say this: you cannot name a backup quarterback that competed with Shedeur Sanders at any stop.
None.
Now they at Colorado got Caden Slater and got the number one guy. But go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, Juju.
I was going to say, if you remember before the start of the season, and Scotty, you're a social media guy. They were working out together, Cam and him, and they had this big argument going that they said was just a joke. But Cam told him, "You ain't who you think you are. I'm the better quarterback." And Shedeur was like, no, you're not. I'm the guy. And now I wish I could find that video when they were working out, because that thing aged like a thing of beauty for Cam.
And he said, and I watched the same thing. He said, all you do is throw screens. He said, I could do that. He said, I could do that. He said, what's that? All you do is throw screens.
It's tough, man, because I mean, Scotty, you know this especially, man, because it was just when I was kind of getting in the space, but I've been on high on Ward since like the COVID Jerry Rice season.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, and I know people get mad. I think year one's going to be tough because he's surrounded by nothing, right? Like, they didn't got a good wide receiver, a good running back. Their O-line's trash. Give him a year. If Tennessee surrounds him with some talent, I think Ward's like ceiling is unbelievably high in the league. If he gets some talent around him, like, we're talking like top 3 quarterback in the league ceiling for me.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, they put him in a Lamar-style offense with those, those RPOs, those reads, getting him on the edge. Oh, he's dangerous.
But I think it goes back to the play caller, right? Like, it either goes to the situation, and Coach, you understand it. It's either a guy who wants to run his stuff or a guy who says, you know what, I got this guy, I got this. Let's work it around on what he does well so he can be successful. And that's where Cam Ward is at right now. And again, and this is why I love what is going on with Shedeur. Your dad cannot dictate where you go. Your dad cannot dictate the offense you're going to be in. Your dad cannot dictate the players and personnel that's going to be around you. It is, are you going to be a dude and make those dudes better? Very simple.
And I love what you said there, Scotty, because I'm always screaming that, because I'll take it back to high school. You may want to run the spread, but if all you have walking those hallways is wing T offense, you better damn well run the wing T offense. So if you don't have 5-wide personnel, running 5 wide does you no good. So Tennessee, Eddie George days are over. If you don't have an Eddie George guy, you better make sure that you run what you have in the building or can run in the building.
Yeah.
The thing that separates Ward from like the other guys in this draft, and I think the next closest would probably be Dart in this aspect, Cam Ward, when things break down, when things get off schedule, nobody is calmer and able to make a play out of nothing. Like, I'm talking about when everything goes to chaos, Cam Ward might be better than when things are calm. Like, he thrives in the chaos, and that's something you can't teach. You can't teach a kid to be good when the chaos is going around. Like, and he's the calmest quarterback I've seen in the pocket, man.
I was his feet he'd be like,
he stands flat-footed. He'll just stand there and chaos will be going, and he'll just be like, it looks like he's just having a conversation with his tackle.
Dog.
In the pocket. It's stupid.
It's one of those things where it's, how, and Coach said, Coach Price says about players, you either got it or you don't. And those you can't coach that into a guy. It's either this is what I do and this is who I am. It's like guys, I feel like, and this is the thing about football. There's guys who love contact and there's just guys who play football, right? Like, guys who love contact, when they run the ball and they have the ball, they look to deliver punishment. Then you got guys that just run away from it. Doesn't make them any worse, but guys who love the game and they love contact, they just have a different mindset than the guys who don't, right? And I think with Cam, how he plays the quarterback position, he plays it with such an ease and just like, this is who I am and this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I love it for him. I just love the story about it, and I love the work he's put in to get there.
And also, too, a lot of these first, like, number 1 overall picks, they're either like generational talents, right, that are just amazing, or they're guys who have been the number 1 guy, right? They're former 5 stars, things like that. Cam Ward might have the biggest chip on his shoulder than any number 1 overall pick, because he still remembers being the kid that Incarnate Word didn't even offer me.
Yeah.
Until I went to their camp. I had 1 offer, and it was to Incarnate Word playing in front of 800 people.
Doing it up.
Yeah.
Doing it up.
He threw 24 touchdowns in 6 games his first season.
That's crazy.
During the COVID year.
That's crazy.
He set the school record for touchdowns in 6 games.
And made it look easy and should have won that playoff game up in North Dakota State.
Well, no, that was Lindsey Scott. That was Lindsey Scott. Yeah, he went to the playoffs and they beat Stephen F. Austin.
And then they ran into that buzzsaw.
Yeah, I forgot who they lost to that year. But they ran into someone like pretty good, and it just Incarnate Word at that point was not Was not what they are kind of now.
No, I don't think Detroit goes and gets Shedeur here. I was like, you could sit him, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, you need some D-line help. Your guy, that white boy keep getting hurt. You need some D-line help. You know what I'm saying? You got to get some pressure on somebody. So you definitely got to go D. I would say deep there.
Coach, they lost to Sam Houston, who won the national championship in the spring.
That buzzsaw, yeah.
And he threw for 481 yards and 5 touchdowns in that loss. So not his fault that they lost to Sam Houston in the playoff when they lost 49-42.
Should have won that game.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. This is my issue with Shedeur, right? And I bring up the BYU game. You're not even good enough to keep us in the battle. See, that's the issue for me, right? It's like with Cam, it's like even in the Georgia Tech game, he's going to do everything he can to get you there. I just need some. You're like, damn, can he get a help? Can he get a stop? With Shedeur, you don't get that. You don't. I'm not in a. It's not when he goes against really great teams. It's not a shootout. It's usually I get blown out. I get mollywopped. I'm like, bro, you lost to Nebraska
with a freshman quarterback.
Dog, really? And all they always say is O-line. I mean, O-line. I'm like, damn, every quarterback can say that. If my O-line was better, what I would be able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff kills me, man. I'm sorry.
Bro, like in these stats, so Ward played 19 games for Incarnate Word. He threw for 6,900 yards and 74 touchdowns. And he threw for 300 or more yards in 17 of his 19 games. One of the ones he didn't, he got benched after the first quarter because they were winning by so much and didn't play the rest of the game. And then he also set the single game record with 610 passing yards and 7 touchdowns against Southeastern Louisiana that year.
Now,
and broke 3 single season records at Miami this year.
Let me ask you this. I want to keep it apples to apples. Imagine Deion Sanders being his coach. And
the talent that would have been around him.
The Malachi Wideman's. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying, Blue? It's like, bro, it's night and day. You can't name the receivers he had.
Yeah, the average fan definitely cannot.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. There's no Malachi Wideman's running around. Warren Newman's running around. Who else?
I have his wide receivers right here. He had Taylor Grimes, Robert Farrell, Darian Chafin, and CJ Hardy.
I do remember Taylor Grimes. That white boy was cold. He was cold.
Yeah,
he was cold.
But like that was his number 1 wide receiver. And also I remember Chafin was there. And you know he was good, but like I mean, Cam raised like this performance of all those guys in that offense.
So again, that's the stuff to me. Like I think about is like you give Cam Ward a Travis Hunter, you give Cam Ward a Travis Hunter with a Malachi Wideman, you give him a Travis Hunter, Malachi Wideman, a Warren Newman, a Lotto, or you name it, Sivion. You give him these. Dog, he's throwing for like 8,000 yards and stuff that you were like, that's not even possible.
Also,
it's a dependent position. Ain't no doubt. It's a dependent position. But those dependents have got to be able to do something for you when you get them the ball. And Cam had less than stellar dependence because what the number 1 receiver at Miami, the little slot, what they clocking at? 4.8?
Who? Which slot?
What's the product? For Miami.
4.7.
Yeah, 4.7.
4.7. And you're making those kids look great, but you're also doing it effortlessly. And, you know, I think that's really the difference when you're talking about a team game. And, Dustin, this is a Rocky Patel catch-22 that I'm about to light up because my Commanders are about to draft the DB out of Michigan. And we've gotten that much better. Deebo Samuels, Tonsil. Come on, man.
You mute him, Blue?
Come on, man. Come on now.
But
Scotty's going to jinx you. Scotty said y'all are drafting a long snapper right here at 29.
I bet you a cigar. We ain't drafting no guard.
Bro, if y'all draft a guard, I'm going to die. Because there was only 2 that even had like a a grade above like the 5th round.
But what's crazy is, and I want Coach to think about this, and same with you, Blue. I don't know a player that might get drafted above the 3rd round that Cam Ward played with. Because Xavier is supposed to go in the 5th, the 5th to 6th.
Let me see. I'm just looking at the best available right here. You got the tight end. The tight end is probably going to go tomorrow.
Okay.
But I think that's it.
That's it.
It's that
right?
tight end.
He had Shedeur had the number 2 pick and Heisman Trophy winner on his team. And probably Jimmy Horn's going to get drafted. I don't know about the other kid. What you think about him, Coach? I like him, the one that came from FAU. I really like him, but I don't know if he's going. I don't know if he's going to get drafted. I know Jimmy Horn definitely will.
I think that kid is probably that 5th round, 6th round. I think Jimmy falls late 3rd, 4th, but I definitely think Jimmy gets drafted. No doubt about it.
Yeah, he's definitely a punt return. He has punt return written all over him. You know what I'm saying? So even if you can't get him on the field wide receiver wise, because maybe your room's a little too deep or he can't see the starting rotation, you definitely put his butt back there. Kick return and punt return. Oh yeah, get on back there.
And Jimmy deserves it. Jimmy works his ass off. He made big plays, caught the ball in traffic. Maybe he does have all the.
He does have a drop issue though. He does have a drop issue though, Coach. He does drop.
Tough, hard nose, return guy. But like you said, I understand the drop issue. But again, that's a kid that went and tested, competed, and I think he's played himself into that late 3rd, 4th, for sure.
We're going to see if you get your DB right here, Coach.
Let me call Doug Williams real quick. Make sure we're doing the right thing.
Bro, there's so many good players left on the board for like the Eagles and Chiefs, and like that, I already know whoever they draft is going to be like one of those things where it's like, why did we really let them get this player? I like that Ravens pick though, by the way, too. That Malachi Starks at safety.
Yeah.
That defense. Yeah, that's a
with Cal Hamilton. With Cal.
Yes. Oh my God. Bro, that's crazy. He said that Shedeur tweet this morning, I'm ready for what today brings. The top quote tweet is, how about tomorrow?
I'm built for whatever today may bring.
Oh, shit. I am surprised Mike Green's still there. That's probably going to be who the Eagles pick, ain't it? They're going to go get Mike Green and put him at edge.
Let's act like can we not act like Mike
Or y'all drafted an O lineman, Coach, so you might have just jinxed yourself on that one.
No, I like it. That's on the other side of Tunsil. But like you said, though, we can come back in the 2nd round. A tackle was much needed to bolster that. And I think this kid had one of the higher grades, if I'm not mistaken. You tell me more about
that. Can we not act like Mel Kiper has not been wrong about quarterbacks before? Like, can we? I mean,
he has the best job in the world. He could just put out lists, and no matter how wrong they are, guess what? ESPN's going to pay him another $1 million next year to put out that same list.
Dog.
No fact checking.
Dog.
No, hey, you got to get this percentage right.
Dog, I think they were showing like all the bad takes. Like he was talking about like guaranteeing this and guaranteeing this quarterback, and I guarantee this quarterback. And I'm like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, let's not act like you're the.
Are y'all watching these highlights? He puts his hands on that dude Carter and he stops.
Coach, do I need? Hang on, I got you, Coach. Hang on. I know exactly what you need to see, man, just to make you feel better. I'm about to share my screen. Let me pull it up first, though. Let's see, where'd it go? This is your starting offensive tackle. Let's see, where's this? Share. Coach, this is your guy against Mike Green at the Senior Bowl. You ready?
It was cold that day.
Look at that. Look at that.
You're showing the same clip, Blue. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're showing the same clip. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yikes! Show Dallas's guard. Show him.
He didn't get pancaked at the Senior Bowl. I ain't gonna lie.
Was he there?
Yeah, I think
it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
It don't matter. Oh God, bro. Only 3 picks left. This first round I feel like went by faster than normal, but it's still already 10:30.
It's too commercialized. I get it. We're trying to sell ads. We're trying to make it work. But I'm like you. Radio, music hall, New York, time clock, make your pick, let's run.
For someone, I saw like some reporters say they should just release a spreadsheet every year with just like the picks, not even have all this.
Are you looking at that room right now? People are going home.
I didn't see the room. I don't know.
They showed the Colorado room where he's having his little party at or whatever. It's thinning out. I hate it for him.
These last 3 picks would be so easy, bro. These teams don't need anything to compete next year.
A lot of receivers left. I think they'll probably go get something else for Josh. Or they replace somebody on the defensive line.
Shedeur might go and you went where Shiloh go. No, I'm just kidding.
That's crazy.
That Lions pick, I don't mind it. I felt like they could have done more in the secondary. If you remember, that's where Washington torched them at last year in the playoff game. But then they also had a bunch of injuries.
Bro, I just want to know what happens on social media if for some reason like the Browns draft like Jalen Milroe or something to start the second round. But also, too, Scotty mentioned earlier, I mean, the Browns could trade into 32 if he's still there just to get that 5th year on the contract.
To get the 5th year. And again, but is that the situation you want to be going into?
No.
Yes, you got Jerry Jeudy. Yes, you got who else you got? It's one more receiver over there. You don't have Nick Chubb. He's gone. You just, listen, it's the Cleveland Browns, bro. If Baker Mayfield couldn't make it work with his moxie and his aura, I'm sorry. That's quarterback hell. Okay? That's quarterback
Bro,
hell.
it is. I mean, you don't have anybody. Well, like who's the second best wide receiver there? Like Cedric Tillman?
Yeah. Oh, from
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah. I thought the
defense, like they got some talent, but bro, you're gonna have no offensive weapons.
So now your whole draft, or now all the big time wide receivers in free agency are gone because free agency happens before the NFL draft. So now, okay, we're using the draft to the picks we could have used to kind of stack, get Luther Bird in, get some talent around them. You know what I'm saying, with some wide receivers and some guys like that. Now we're using it to go get you. So now we got to figure it out on the back end of how we gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying, and we still got to protect you. So, I'm just.
Bro, if they trade into the first round to get that 5th option and don't draft Shedeur, bro, I mean,
who they gonna get, Blue?
bro, Milrow. It's the Browns. It's the Browns. What do you want me to tell you, bro? They're gonna draft Tyler Shaw out of Louisville just for the fun of it.
And Tyler's not bad. Don't get me wrong. He's not bad.
So Tyler's not good either. Like, just because he's not bad, like, there's got to be some in between.
Give me the Bama from Syracuse before you give me him.
Oh, I like that pick for the Bills. That's the kid I was talking about earlier, the Hairston kid from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like him in corner. Bro, they just drafting defense so they can try to find a way to stop Mahomes from throwing the football all over them. They said we need help.
That's everybody, bro. That's everybody.
They're like, send help.
How do we get this going? I'm not. The jacket's a little but I'm not mad at the pants and the tie though. The tie, I really like the tie. It's simple but smart.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I'm trying to see the feet. What's on his feet?
It looks like it matches the jacket.
I like the pocket square, that solid blue pocket square. I'm really liking that.
Rocking the Chiefs just traded the pick to the Eagles. Huh?
Did they swap?
They swapped a. I don't know. I don't understand NFL, I guess.
Blues over here, like, so I'm assuming they're gonna probably draft somebody defensively. That's just how they
have to.
That's just
is D tackle or corner. Like that's the two.
It must be somebody they like. Might be the Marshall kid.
God, that's such a good pick.
Might
Him and Nolan.
Lord, I hope not.
It might be the Marshall kid.
I hope not. Stop saying that, Scotty.
I'm sorry.
Bro, you got him, Nolan, and the kid from Houston Christian.
And Jordan in the middle. And they all young, 4 years.
Yeah. All under 24.
Come on, man. That's tough.
And all under contract for at least 2 or 3 more years.
You got Dean coming back.
God.
You got Coop. Jesus.
Are you giving Coach nightmares over?
I gotta see him too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I gotta see them jokers too. Like, damn.
So the Eagles sent 32 and 164 to trade up one spot.
Is that
31? 164. Yes.
I
want to say
yes.
yes.
I don't understand. Like, we moved one spot.
Yeah. Mid 5th round.
That makes no sense to me.
It doesn't really hurt you though. It's a 5th round pick.
I bet you, because Scotty made a good point. I bet you they were going to go corner, and they probably. I bet you they were going to go Hairston when he got drafted. That corner list got a little shorter, and they were like, "Bro, we can't risk
losing Will."
Yeah,
because you
losing Will Johnson, or
because you can sit him and let him rehab. If that's the one that's hurt, right?
Yes, the one that had some question marks about his knee or something like that.
You know what I'm saying? So you can sit him for the first year. You know what I'm saying? Put him on PUP, and then, but you got a talented guy on, and you got to replace the corner that you let walk out the building. Why can I not remember that Bama's name? He went to the Houston Texans.
Let's see. I'm about to.
He always got the colorful hair. I can't remember.
Again, man, can't thank y'all enough for joining us. Make sure you like it. If you're not, subscribe to it. All that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Stop playing. Come on, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like.
Let's see. I'm trying to find this corner real quick.
I really feel like this is the
Gardner
Johnson.
There you go. Yep.
If I don't know nothing else, Blue, I know some pro now. I don't be naming them.
See, I'm not like it's out of my element, man. I'm over here. I said, who's the corner? And I'm thinking of like Weber State and Eastern Washington. I don't know the Eagles corners though. Cleveland's got to come up one spot, right?
I'm not mad at it because I think it definitely defense. I think they need a wide receiver. Oh, you know who will be tough, Blue, for the Chiefs? Luther.
Oh yeah, that might be the move. Get Mahomes another weapon.
What? Luther in that speed?
It's supposed to be a damn top 10 pick, and you let him fall to the fucking Chiefs. Unbelievable. They do it every year,
if
though.
If that happens, oh, I'm screaming collusion.
He's a good look.
That's Tyreek Hill all over again. Think about it. That's Tyreek Hill all over again.
And if I'm being honest, I was never really high on Xavier Worthy. I didn't think he was a great route runner personally. So I'm just like, whatever. He's just straight speed. But Luther, I really like Luther. I like his frame. I like his speed. Not the best route runner, but he's smooth. He's smooth with his speed. And that's what you're looking for. You don't want nobody really choppy. You know what I'm saying? He gets in and out of his breaks pretty smooth. But yeah, I really like that kid from.
He's got the size too that you like. I mean, he can play
6'2".
Yeah, I think he's 6. I think he's a solid 6'2".
Yeah.
Eagles go Jahad Campbell from Bama, linebacker.
I'm not mad at that because I know they got Braun, but I don't know nobody else. So and Dean is hurt. Dean had that that I think torn pectoral muscle or something like that. So I'm not mad at that.
It was going to be defense all along. No chance to go any offense.
Yeah.
All right, last pick, man.
And I think that puts the rumor of AJ getting drafted to bed right there.
Who?
AJ Brown.
Getting drafted?
Traded.
Oh,
okay.
Traded. Okay. I was like, drafted? What?
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, is there another AJ Brown that I'm missing?
Yeah, I was like, what?
I was sitting here like,
It's late in the process.
Man, that second round Shedeur.
For someone asked in the chat, who do y'all think starts at quarterback for the Giants now? Dart, Russell, or Jameis?
Russell.
I agree.
And you just sit Jameis. I mean, listen, Jackson Dart is in the best situation right now. And what I mean by that is not the best. I'm sorry, not the best situation, but he's in a good situation. There's no pressure on him, right? He got 2 formidable starters in front of him. That man can learn from Brian Daboll. Now, the question is how long do they keep Daboll? That's the real question, because I know he's on the hot seat for his job. And I really like Daboll. I really do. What he was able to do with Daniel Jones that one year, he had that special year. I really did it. I liked the play calling. I liked everything about him. And I think Jackson Dart is a better version of Daniel Jones, even though you don't see Geno Smith and Shedeur Sanders in the same room at the same time.
Stupid, does it?
Sound like some Scooby-Doo type stuff.
Yeah, like if you take the mask off, it's Geno Smith.
Oh man,
that's who's under Gilly's hat, man.
So yeah, I like the situation. The question is does Jackson Dart have the time with Daboll to really get it going? Because you know what, just like in college, you bring a kid in, your coach ain't there that long, and then now this new coach is supposed to find a way to make it work with this first round pick or this top quarterback that he brought in that's not his guy. You know what I'm saying? So that would be the only situation for Jackson Dart that would suck. But I think he's in a great situation. I
can't. Patrick Mahomes just tweeted out the eyes emoji. So I think that Luther Burden prediction might be the one.
They got to check in with your boy. They got to check in with your boy. And you know who else? You know why? You can't. Who the hell is that? That's a big kid.
That's the Campbell kid they just got, right?
That Bama is huge.
What do you call him? 6'3", 235.
God damn. Be making these Bamas in labs. Alabama. And this is the thing. This is another reason why you gotta get a wide receiver. You can't trust Rice. Can't trust him. He gonna get it. He gonna get in some type of mischief. He gonna get in some type of trouble.
Suspended, something crazy.
You can't trust him. So you gotta replace him just to make sure you're good to go. That you have all you need. 6'2", 7, and yeah, you're right. 235. Man, I gotta text KJ.
Because what they had the Tennessee kid at 26, and they had Walker at 15, who was the kid we were talking about potentially playing edge. That makes me think they're going to put Walker at like a true linebacker spot if they drafted another edge rusher. The Chiefs pick is in. That means Shedeur is
Officially
second round.
a second round quarterback. Ooh-wee. I want to know what Deion gonna be saying tomorrow.
Chiefs wasted no time. So yeah, they already knew.
That's the thing with me is like I don't think the Chiefs were ever going to draft Jihad Campbell. Like I don't know if you had to trade up a pick to get that because I don't think the Chiefs need a linebacker.
Chiefs needs everybody for defense. I ain't gonna hold you. They don't have, it's nothing. Their D line is nice, but that secondary is not what they think it is.
No. They got the one kid back there that's pretty good. That's about it though. They also need some O-line, man, because they got oh my god.
Humbled in the Super Bowl.
Or they couldn't block anybody.
But you're so used to Patrick bailing you out every time after time after time, buying time, making the what is he wearing in his draft photo? What are you doing? Come on, Jihad. Man ain't got no shirt. Got the Nautica jacket on. Like, what? Come on, Brody.
Bro, any chance that Bucky drops that draft footage tonight?
Oh, you got to.
That's a
walking money maker. You got to. That's a walking money maker. Now, if his brother say don't, then yeah, you don't. But that's a walking money. That's 1 million views off rip tonight.
Probably the most viral video on YouTube.
Anything he puts out.
He don't even got to put the whole
tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Just release like 3 shorts, and that's like what millions of views on all of them.
Retweets, all type of stuff. It's going down if they do that. Ooh, what time?
Social media? 6 tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right here, Cleveland, baby.
The sunglasses at night has always been crazy to me.
That's a style now, man. Everybody wears sunglasses inside, nighttime. It don't matter.
That's crazy work, bro. Like I truly feel like Shedeur is a 3rd round pick. That's just me personally, but I think that's a little egregious. If I was, they'll say I'm hating, but 2nd round. Eesh.
Bro, if he falls past Cleveland's 1st pick, chaos.
Hold on. I'm gonna see what Adam. Are you talking about Jihad?
Yeah. Kansas City goes O-line.
Which you said they needed.
Which they had to.
They needed.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Let me go and enjoy. This is about to be some long.
Bro, everyone's being petty right now. What's his name? Where'd he go? Brett McMurphy, the college football insider, said weird stat. Shedeur Sanders is the first player in college football history to have his number retired and not be a 1st round pick 5 days later. Oh God, bro.
Everybody's with the shits now.
Oh, bro, if I'm Shedeur, I am turning my phone smooth off and going to bed tonight. Bro, don't call me, don't text me, don't tweet me. I'm out. There ain't no way, man.
This lounge is about to go crazy because everybody's in here in the Kansas City gear, and they've been waiting on this all night.
All right, guys. I appreciate
it.
Man,
I appreciate you jumping on here, man. As always, you already know. Hey, if you around Saturday, man, I know you got a whole family to deal with, so I understand. But hey, we'll be on all afternoon, man, on Saturday, man. If you want to pop in,
I will, man. Appreciate it, Blue, as always, man. Appreciate it, Coach.
Let's toast to that guard pick.
He dipped immediately, man. Immediately, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Listen, hit the like button, subscribe, man. We just wanted to give you guys just an outlet, man, a place to chop it up, talk about the NFL, talk about college football, talk about the FCS guys. Shout out to Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, and especially my guy, Ray Zable from North Dakota State. Another FCS first-round pick. It was a great night for the FCS, man. We won't be live tomorrow night. Coach flying back in from Kansas City. And so we won't stream the second, third round, but we will be back on Saturday morning. We're going to talk all the biggest storylines from round 2 and 3 and walk you through all the FCS picks on day 3, man. So we'll probably be live we'll be live for a long time on Saturday. We might even drop the link, open the phone lines, man, so y'all can join the show on Saturday. Because me and Coach, we might not have 5 hours of words to talk about on Saturday, man. So make sure that y'all tune in on Saturday. We'll see y'all Saturday morning, man. But for Coach Fred, myself, the Blue Bloods, FCS Football Central on SI, we out for right now.